Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Hoffman. I wanted to say that you are a very sweet man. I like the way that you speak to everybody. You don't put anybody on the spot, and you give everybody a fair share for the camera. But right now, I would like you to ask you a special favor. Could you spam the camera on Keith Ferrer?
Yeah.
I would like to see if I can directly talk to him for 1 minute.
Give Keith the mic.
Hi, Mom. What's up?
Hi, Keith. I'm proud of you, baby.
Thanks. You know,
I'm proud of you.
Keith, before you answer, I just want to say I thought you did it exactly the way I wrote it down for you.
Thank you.
just I was trying to squeeze my head in there between all you big heads. And you guys weren't just moving, so thanks, Mom, for hooking it up. Now I can see myself, because I know you're taping, right?
Yeah, it's taping.
Yeah, she's taping. Come on, man. My hair's pretty, dog. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's just as slick as Tom's, man. It's as slick as Tom's.
Keith, I didn't want you to think we forgot you. We were getting to you. I promised we were going to get to you. And especially after those nice remarks being mother, I was going to make sure I got to you.
See, that's fit. That's probably come down here.
We don't want her to cancel a subscription.
You're on the mic.
we got a phone call, I think. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, I just want to say what's up to the players and that to Calvin, Ossie said you're gold.
Come on, be polite.
I got a note that Mrs. Loreno, Matt's mother, will kill me if I don't read this. Those of you who are interested, T-shirts. Are they the same shirts as the boys are wearing now? Is this what?
Yes.
Is this what they have? The T-shirts that you see the boys wearing, they'll be available at Burgundy's Gift Shop. That's at 133 Broad Street, being modeled right here by Mr. Klasko, Jason Harris. Burgundy's Gift Shop, which is at 133 Broad Street in Lynn. They'll also be at the Lynn Klasko Cafeteria from 11:30 to 1. You can pick these up. There'll also be sweatshirts available too. And now that I've done this 3 or 4 times, Mrs. Loreno, I expect my just rewards. Right? We don't do this for nothing, you know. We'd like to talk. How about the 4 seniors? You're going out. Why don't you give us like a little history of the year and what it was like at Klasko and how it's going to be not being at Klasko. And Marcos, we're going to start with you, being one of the captains. We'll go to Calvin and to Matt.
Well, my senior year this year, it was fun being at Klasko, even though that shooting happened. Everybody stuck together, and then winning the state championship and stuff. Just feels good being at Klasko. Everybody's behind you. All the teachers, all the students, everybody. It's just fun being at Klasko. And it's not a bad school.
All right, Marco.
Yeah, same thing Marco said. It's a real good school. And I'm real happy that I was part of the state championship. It's a great way to end my senior year. But I'd like to clear something up on the air right now. That during the Boston Garden game, John Hoffman, your counterpart, Skeetus, made a reference that I was trying to hurt someone when I was really making an aggressive play. And by no way I was trying to hurt anyone at any time. I would just like to clear that up right now.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Matt.
Matt, I want to make sure that there's always 2 sides to every story, and we're glad we got both sides.
Probably going to rip Dennis apart.
He didn't pick Salem either, Marco, so he was wrong all the way around.
Go, Steve.
I just want to say it's been great. It's been kind of hectic this year. Applying for college and stuff, having practice and everything, the games. But it's been great. So.
How about the coaching staff? Bobby, we'll start down there with you, Bob. It's a lot of adversity at Classical, a lot of things, headlines that you don't normally like to see involve the school, and then to see this happen and the kids really turn that around and make it and really make it a plus. Had to be a big thrill for a lot of people looking on at Classical.
I think that's what high school is all about. It's about teamwork. It's about working together. It's about setting goals and trying to do the best you can. It's about holding a well-deserved trophy high instead of a gun. You know, it's good stuff. It's what these guys are all about. They're really, really good kids, and they've done a great job.
We've got one more phone call, I think. Oh, we don't have a phone call. Oh, you gave me the victory sign, not the phone call sign. Okay. All right. Calvin wants to say something.
Yeah, this question go to Tom. Right. Every time Michaels have his up and downs in practice, you kick him out. He still stop, but when it's me, he'll come out and stop.
Good question. That's a good question. Well, I guess the best answer would be that I deal with every individual in a different way. I never have one set system of delegating consequences or punishment or reward. And I try to do what I think will motivate you to play your best. And I'm glad you hung in there with me, right?
If I can chip in my 2 cents worth, it seems as though it worked. Because it certainly paid off.
Being 6 man anyway, I like to, the applause you got going in. Everybody cheering for you.
Actually, I think at some point that it was you who was making that decision.
Kenny, I'll give you about 15 seconds.
I'm gonna miss the team, and I'm gonna miss the seniors, but I'm not gonna miss them the way they think I'm gonna miss them. And it's been 16 weeks. 16 weeks, a long time to be with a group of guys. And tomorrow's Monday, and I won't have anything to do, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Hey, Kenny, man, cut ball fouls.
As soon as you pay me back all the other money you owe me.
Tommy, we'll give you, we've got just about
also,
less
one
than a
other
minute.
thing I'd like to say, I said this last year, and it didn't work. We need to raise the coaching staff.
I'm not sure how many of the four-filers are watching this program, but maybe they'll come through. We've got actually less than a minute, Tommy. We'll give you.
I mean, it's been a great season, and I want to thank all of the guys for the hard work they put in and for all the hours they spent in practice. And you know, I'm certainly I'm saying this in all sincerity. I really am going to miss you 4 seniors. You know, but it's not over. Right now becomes the arduous task of fundraising and getting prepared for our banquet and plaques and whatever else ends up happening.
Well, Marco's in charge of that, right?
Marcos is in charge of all the fundraising.
But that's going to do it. We thank all you people for calling in. It's a great night. We really thank the Classical team for helping. And we want to thank all the players and the coaching staff for helping us become a part of this great celebration. And it was a great trip for us as well. So once again, congratulations to the Classical basketball team. We hope you enjoyed it. This has been a sports special for the Division III Classical State Champions 2 years in a row. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on TV3 Sports. Coming right up now, you're going to be able to see the road, part of the road to the Division III. You're going to see the Garden game again, and you're going to see the Worcester Centrum game again. So stay tuned and watch these kids do it again. Thanks for being with us. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.
Come on, Eddie.
Walk away with those legs. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Boston Garden. High above courtside, as they used to say. It's Division III Eastern Mass Final. Lynn Classical taking on Dover Sherborne. And Dennis, it seems as though things come in threes for Classical. They beat Dover Sherborne here last year to win the Eastern Mass title. And in 1980, that great team of Bingham and company beat Dover Sherborne for the state championship. So actually, the third time these two teams are meeting.
Yes, also a little feather in the cap to the Lynn Classical Rams playing here in the Garden. The 1980 team had to face Dover Sherborne, I believe, down at Brockton High. So we got to repeat, 2 teams at 20-3 coming back to the Garden for the 2nd year in a row. Should be a great ball game.
Well, we've got, certainly they know each other now after last year. Dover Sherborne has 4 starters from last year's team back. Mike Polka, their all-leading scorer, comes in again averaging 24, as he did last year. Classical, in the presence of Nisio Echeverria, did an outstanding job on Polka last year, and this ball club, Dover Sherborne, was 7 for 37 in the first half, and Classical ran away, and they made it close at the end, but Classical really had an easy win here last year. I don't think it's going to be as easy, but both teams, again, concentrate on getting their power from the guard position.
That's right. Like we talked about, Dover Sherborne's won 20 games. You know they're playing a quality league. And also the other day, UMass Boston in their final, they were down 14 points early, 11 points with about 6 minutes left in the game, and they come back. So there's a lot of fight in this team.
Well, funny you should mention fight, because in the semifinals they were involved in a fight. They almost didn't get here. 4 of their guys got hurt. One of them quite seriously, Joe in Gigneri, wound up with a broken nose in the semifinal against Foxborough, and they weren't even sure they were going to be able to continue on, but of course they did. They got here to the Garden, and that shows the resilience of this team right here. But with the young man Polka and the other young man Boudreau from the guard position being the scorers, Classical counters with Nisio and Calvin, and those are going to be great matchups to watch.
Well, let's see if the Classical puts that pressure on early. You know, Tommy Grasser held back a little bit against the Marblehead Club the other day with about 5 minutes left in it. Gone in the first half, they put the 1-2-1-1 full court pressure on, and that was the key to blowing out Marblehead in the first half and gave them a comfortable lead with to work in that second half, because we all know Marblehead came back, had a great performance in the second half, but I think the key to Classical's big lead was that full court pressure in the first half.
Well, both have some size up front. Both have 2 big guys in the middle. Mark Antoneri for Dover Sherborne, who played in this game last year and was the leading scorer, I believe, for Dover Sherborne with 16. He's back in the middle. He's 6'9", so Lewis Eaton will finally have somebody around that can jump with him, who he's going to have to contend with. But they match up size-wise a little bit. I'm not sure they match up strength-wise with Matt Lamino, Sanchez, and Eaton up front.
That's right. And then, not only that, Tommy Grasser's been keeping his troops very fresh, using a lot of people off the bench lately. Jeff Walter's been getting a lot of time, as well as Kukas and Derek Ramsey and Stephen Powell. So I think that was a key out of UMass. We'll see if Tommy goes that way tonight.
Well, of course, Powell is the big plus for them, because they expected big things from him coming off the summer league, and he didn't really play up to his capability the first couple of games he was back. But in the tournament, he's really come on strong, hit some big shots, has been able to use that 3-guard offense, and as well as breaking presses from the other team, and using that 3-guard offense has really worked well for them. He's hit some big shots, but he's given them some good defense too. And when Marcos or Calvin has got into foul trouble, especially Marcos, he's come in and given pretty good minutes.
Yeah, and Ramsey did that in the first half of the season. Powell stepped up in the second half. Gives you 4 quality guards, and anytime you can go with the 4, you get 2 of the one of the best backcourts in Eastern Mass with Calvin and Marcos. So then they come back with Ramsey and Powell. That's pretty tough to go against. And let me just add, Kenny Turney, assistant coach at Lynn Classical, wants all our viewers to know that he took 1 shot at the Garden today from NBA 3-point range, nothing but net.
The bottom of the net. It didn't go in. It just hit the bottom of the net.
It went in, and he's telling everyone. I believe he's at the press table. He's been telling everyone all afternoon.
That's why he only took 1. If it didn't go in, he would have taken 5 or 6 more. But 2 teams come in at 20-3. One team is going to walk out here with 21 wins on to the Centrum, where they will take on either St. Mary's of Worcester or St. Joseph's of Pittsfield on Saturday. Classical certainly hoping it's them. Dover Sherborne looking to break a 9-game winning streak that Classical has in the tournament. We're going to see who's coming out on top. It's just about time for the tap-off. We'll be back with the start of the basketball game.
Thousands of kids with just one parent, a big brother or sister makes a big difference in turning a kid's life around. Big brothers, big sisters, big impact.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden. As we're set to get underway, it'll be Marcos Echeverria wearing 10. Julio Sanchez, 31. Matt Larino, 14. Calvin Johnson, 5. And Lewis Eaton, 32, starting lineup. And Dennis Classical must have lost the toss. They're the visitors on the scoreboard, both teams being 20 and 3.
Yeah, I guess Dover Sherborne had the highest seed in the South region, which would probably give them the home team an advantage for tonight. It's just on the scoreboard.
For Dover Sherborne, it will be Mike Polka, their high scorer, 24. Jason Boudreau, 23. Mark Antonieri, 31. Joe Inganieri, wearing 21. And Jay Messenger, wearing 35. And we're just about set to get up with our three-peat. Dover Sherborne against Classical. It'll be Eaton jumping against Mark Antonieri.
These teams should be very familiar with each other, John, having played last year. Just a year ago this week on the same floor.
The throw for the youngsters as they throw it up here at Boston Garden. It's saved by Polkar as Dover Sherborne has to hold on to the basketball, but they get the first crack at scoring.
Glasgow starts out straight up man-to-man.
And Inganieri loses it out of bounds.
We'll see what Dover Sherborne's going to do here, John. Looks like they're going a little matchup zone, a little 2-3.
They try to go inside to Matt Larino. They threw it too far. Picked off by Antonieri, and this is Polka. Covered by Marcos. Picked off by Calvin. Now picked off by Marcos. Ahead to Calvin, and he lays it in. I think we've seen that before.
Yeah. How many times? Glasgow starts right out with the pressure.
Shot is missed inside. Sanchez with the rebound. The foul will be against Jay Messenger.
Nice rebound by Julio Sanchez. Terrific position.
And I think the one thing, if you asked Tommy Grassi, he would like to see would have been for Marcos and Calvin to get off quickly.
Well, there's your replay with Marcos up to Calvin. Lays it in off the steal.
Sanchez from outside, too strong. It bounces all the way out to Inganieri. And he'll go to the basket. Fakes a couple of times, blocked inside by Eaton, knocked away by Marcos. Polkar in the lane, throws it up, too strong. Rebounded by Antonieri. Throws it up and in. Dover Sherborne working hard on the offensive glass.
Yeah, and it also looks like the scouting report they have on Glasgow is to try to head fake him. Every guy that's gotten the ball down low is head fake.
Great pass by Marcos inside to Matt Larino. They pick up the foul. If it's on Messenger, I believe it's number 2.
Here comes Marcos now. You're going to see Marcos with a great look underneath. Looks like he's going to spot up for the J against the zone and finds Larino wide open. Nice dish.
And good hustle on the part of Matt Larino, too, not to look away, trying to rebound a shot that he might have thought was coming, too. So just familiarity helped out on that one. Matt Larino misses the first. He can give Classical a 1-point lead as we have our first substitution. Scott McDonough. So they actually gain an inch.
Yeah, it's
6'3" to 6'2". Larino makes one. They get it down. The bounce pass. The basket won't count. The foul will be against Eaton.
You notice, Sean, if we have it on a replay, you watch him head fake again to get Eaton up in the air. It looks like that's their scout report. Here you're going to see here. Antonori's going to get it down below. Here he goes. He gives a little head fake. Lewis goes up. Draws the foul.
Good job by Matt Larino knocking out of bounds, and they beat the press rather easily that time, Dennis.
Well, you're going to try to throw it over the top, but the one thing the pressure's going to do is it's going to wear and tear on you.
Short missed. Antonieri with the rebound inside. Can't get it. Calvin with a nice rebound. Took it away in traffic. Gets it to Marcos. The three by Marcos, too strong. Kept alive by Sanchez. Kept alive by Larino as well. Julio with the turnaround, no good. Still kept alive by Sanchez.
Great job on the offensive
Great job
board.
off the boards. Calvin throws it up no good, but he goes to the free throw line. That'll be against Antonieri.
Yeah, give Calvin credit there. He had the open three, and he thought about it, decided to take it to the hoop. Not only did he pick up the foul, he also gave Dover Sherburne their third foul and had a chance for the three-point play. You're going to see him here. He looks at the three, puts it down, takes it strong to the hoop. Nice job.
Goes right between two defenders as he's able to knife his way through. But credit Sanchez and Larino for keeping that alive. Great job off the boards and good hustle by Matt Larino and Julio Sanchez to keep that ball alive so Calvin could go the line. Misses the second one. 4-2, Glasgow on top as Polka brings it down. Ingonieri, Antonieri looks to go to the basket. Head fakes, throws it up and in.
He showed a lot of improvement from last year to this year, John. Well, he had a tough time in last year's game.
What Glasgow got to do now is stay on the floor. Calvin for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Antonieri. This will be Polka bringing it up. 13 minutes to play in the first half. We're tied at 4. Dover Sherburne with a chance to take their first lead. Blocked by Marcos. Picked off by Marcos. He's ahead of the field. Misses the shot. Ingonieri drives the lane. They're going to call a foul on Matt Larino. And you don't see Marcos miss too many of those.
Yeah, what a wonderful defensive play. That was a big-time block he made.
I think he would have liked to have taken one more dribble, Dennis. As you're going to see, he might have gone up a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
He started out a little bit too far. One more dribble.
Picked up his dribble a little too quick. Now you see on the way back, you're going to see the foul on Matt Larino. Just on the reach in there.
Jim DePhillips is in for Mike Polka. Shot is up and good by Ingonieri. Dover Sherburne in the lead for the first time. And Joe can make it 6-4. Misses, Eaton rebounds, and Marcos will push it up. Calvin looking to go, gets shut off along the baseline. Marcos to Calvin. Again, he gets shut off baseline. Out to Calvin for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Marcos. Off the glass, no good. Tipped around, knocked away. McDonough comes down with it. And this is Jason Boudreau.
Great ball movement that time against a 2-3 zone by Glasgow. John, they made 5 or 6 passes. Got a nice clear shot, just didn't get it to fall.
McDonough, I think he knew Lewis Eaton was there. Yeah. Threw it up way too strong. Rebounded easy by Larino, and Glasgow with a chance again to get back in the lead. Sanchez gets swallowed up. In the corner to Calvin. Going to get called for steps.
Yeah, I mean, he had the nice jumper there. He decided to take it to the hoop now. Once again, try to pick up the foul. I got a feeling next time you see him, he's going to spot it up.
Ingonieri looking to go to the basket. Stops for the jump shot and hits it. Seven to 4, Dover Sherburne. Glasgow looking to get on track. They've been at 4 for a while. Marcos for 3. No good. Sanchez battling. Antonieri comes down with it. Ingonieri. Inside to Antonieri. The fall away. Off the rim, no good. Larino knocks it away. Eaton picks it off. Marcos will push it up. Tipped away by Marcos. He got it back and saved the break. Nice pass to Sanchez. He lays it in. So almost a disaster. Turns into 2 points as Marcos finds the open man.
Yeah, he was stripped and stayed right with it. Came back and get the good dish.
Calvin's going to get called for the reach-in. 3 team fouls apiece.
Here's Marcos on a great dish to Sanchez. That was after getting his pocket picked, and he stole the ball right back. Great job. got Waldron and Powell into the game for Sanchez and Calvin.
Almost taken away by Steve Powell. Taylor can't get loose. He's going to be seeing Echeverrias in his sleep. Last year was Nisio. The long outside shot, no good. Waldron, nice job by Jeff Waldron. And Waldron's going to pick up the foul. Good job by Jeff. And whenever he comes in, he makes something happen somewhere.
All the time. All the time. We've mentioned many times on TV3 that he's an all-around athlete, and he's always around the ball. There's a little steal by Jeff there. It's like he's going to pull it out because he knows someone ahead of him.
Powell hits it for three. And if he ever gets the touchback he had in the Summer League.
Yeah, that's the production Tommy's been looking for from him.
And here's Powell with a nice play on defense to break up the fast break. They've been looking for him to hit that shot since he's come back. 9:56 as you see on the clock. 9-7. Classical has taken the lead back. Inganieri for a long three. Tip up and in.
By Scott McDonough, I believe.
They gave it to Todd McMullen, but I thought it was McDonough too, Dennis. 42 got it. Powell in the corner. Eaton's got a pretty good size advantage inside. Powell look to Sanchez. Drives inside, underhand, no good. And this will be Inganieri. Tipped away, nice play. Marcos from Eaton out in front.
Whoa.
And he almost missed that one too.
Yeah, he left a little early once again.
He wants to take one more dribble. Nice play. Great job. Steele Waldron made a nice fake and he found himself too far under the basket. But almost.
Marcos getting his hands on everything.
Waldron almost with the pick. Marcos almost picked it off. The foul's going to be against Marcos. Mike Palka last year came in this game averaging the same as he did this year, 24. But last year he went 2 for 14 with 8 points. And Nisio, what a great job Nisio did on him.
Yeah, the first half of last year's game really killed him. They're trying their darndest right now to stay close with Classical. Classical's had so many guns to throw at him. And they're right in a 2-point ball game with him now. Very important to Dover Sherborne to get in at halftime, but with the lead or close.
Shot is up and good by Jim DePhillips. And Dover Sherborne goes to full court pressure man-to-man. Powell defeats that, gives it to Calvin, who just came back in for Marcos. This is Jeff Waldron.
That goes way out of bounds.
Bateau is, and they got a little help right in front of the Dover Sherborne bench, so the referee had plenty of help.
Yeah, and the official was right on. Joe, you're going to see it here. Calvin over to Jeff. He's going to see Joe Bateau down in the corner. He's about 3 feet out of bounds.
Calvin with the steal. Lays it in. Antoneri almost lost it off his foot. And this is Inganieri who will bring it up. Inganieri dumps it underneath. Antoneri can't hit the shot. Blocked by Eaton. Knocked around. DePhillips gets it back. Can't hit it. Eaton with the rebound. And I think the inside, they expect Eaton to block the shot, and it's causing them havoc inside. Offensive foul against Steve Powell. He tried to draw the defense and drop it down to Joe Bateau.
Here's your replay here. You're going to see Calvin just a little bit out of control, Stephen Powell.
Yeah, we mentioned before, you'd love to see him stop. Calvin gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. They try to go deep to Antoneri. Lorino is back, so it's Lorino, Powell, Waldron, Bateau, and Calvin Johnson. as Tommy Grasser really utilizing his bench. Polka let the three fly. And that shot looked almost like from frustration. Tipped around, knocked down. Bateau battling for it. Kelvin Johnson knocked it away. It'll be Glasgow basketball.
No, I believe they got a timeout, Dover Sherborne. I think you get down on the floor and call the timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boys division. While we have this timeout, we'd like to mention Kareem Gibson for Lynn Classical. Congratulations to Kareem Gibson. He finished he had to finish in the top 6 in the Class D states, which he did, in the All-State meet, which he did, to be able to go to the New Englands. He finished 4th in the 55-meter hurdles in the New England Championships at Harvard on Saturday. So congratulations to Kareem Gibson. As we get a look at Walter Boverini,
the senator,
and Nick Costin, who is the principal of Classical, Chris Theophilus, and just in back of Nick, who's leaning there with the towel. In front of him, John Arcone and Arthur Fisty and Padalea.
Joe
Padalea from Lynn English, the principal. So,
and the head of security down there with him, Rick Arabino. Arthur Fisty, Coach Fisty there from Gloucester Fishermen. Quite a contingent of fans from the Lynn Classical today. Here we are, Joe Padalea and Nick Costin talking over
English and Classical. Rick Arabino there as well.
Nice to see the senator. I'm sure Pat McManus is in attendance somewhere.
No, Nick, Pat couldn't be here. Pat has been to every game, but Pat, the only reason I know, I watched the show the other night. He's at a conference and he can't be here, otherwise he would be. Powell comes up with a loose basketball off the missed shot. And a little out of control is Steve Powell. Gets it out to Waldron for the straightaway. It's good. Well, it wasn't pretty, Dennis, but we'll take it. Good job by
Matt Marino. Great hands.
Little football defense that time on the receiver going deep.
Steve Fotopoulos checking in for Joe Bateau. Good job by Joe. And Dover Sherborne's getting into that lull, John, where they've had a poor shooting percentage last year in the first half, and they've missed about 5 or 6 in a row.
Well, Anthony missed 3 or 4 layups. The pass right back, the shot missed. Anthony with a tap. Rebound inside, knocked away by Fotopoulos. Anthony throws it up, hangs there, won't go. Foul against Dover Sherborne over the top.
Their shooting percentage has really dropped. They started out hot, made 3 or 4 of the first 5, and they've gone over for about their last 10 or 12.
Well, Tony Grasser again making use of his bench. Steve Fotopoulos in there now. We got a whistle for some reason, I'm not sure why.
I think we have an injury substitution.
Well, I think they were trying to get Messenger out of there because he just picked up his 3rd foul. And they let him get him out. So that's a break for them. Steve Fotopoulos lines up the 3, won't hit it. Tipped around, Dover Sherborne picks up the loose ball. And this will be Polka bring it up against Marcos. Polka trying to get loose. Let's go with the 3 off the rim, no good. Tipped around, knocked out of bounds by Classical.
Dover Sherborne's really in jeopardy of letting this one get away. They need to get a hoop here. They've gone about 2 or 3 minutes without. Lynn Classical's ready to break this one open.
We're going to whistle on a foul inside. And I believe on everybody setting picks and trying to go, they caught Matt Lorino.
Lorino is second foul.
This one will be 1-1 for Dover Sherborne.
And they let him come back down with the ball, Dennis. I don't know how. He went up in the air, was blocked, he came back down with it.
Yeah, unless he lost possession.
No, he had it right in his hands. It should have been a jump ball. It should have been a Classical ball. But they didn't see it, I don't think. And they get it back. Anthony, fouled by Lorino from behind. And they're getting loose on all those picks and getting some easy layups inside.
Yeah, it's just kind of, when you go to man out of bounds, there's going to be a lot of screen set. And guys tend to turn their back on the ball. You see right here,
31, Mark Antinori.
Matt turned his back on the ball, was just playing a man, and sometimes if you don't see the ball in the man, you're going to get screened off.
What they might have to do is start zoning on the out-of-bounds plays.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Anthony missed the first, misses the second. Tipped up, almost up and in by Eaton. Eaton forces him to adjust the shot. Shot is up and good. Scott McDonough just muscled that one home. And Glasgow wants a timeout. 5:40 left. 15-13. Glasgow leading Dover Sherborne here. The Eastern Mass final coming here from the Boston Garden. John Hoffman along with Dennis Skeeterson. Dennis, a couple of things come to mind. Glasgow, 9 straight tournament wins. So you see the experience they've had playing in the tournament. Second time here at the Garden. 14th tournament game for Marcos and Calvin in their career, which shows they have the little edge in experience. And another statistic to throw at you, Calvin Johnson's high school career is 71-21.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's outstanding. You know,
not a bad percentage.
Yeah, and they returned 3 starters from a state championship team with Lewis, Marcos, and Calvin. And Steve Powell comes back. He got an awful lot of playing time in that team last year, so you can see how comfortably they play. They're not nervous, and they're in complete control. Dover Sherborne, on the other hand, is played a little tentative. You know, they know they got blown out by Lynn Glasgow here last year, and they're saying, geez, if we miss a couple of shots, is the same thing going to happen? They're in a tough situation.
Yeah, they're very tentative, and you can also see that they're used to last year. Lewis Eaton had some big blocks in this game, and they expect them from him. They're looking for him. Sanchez muscles it in. Marcos, great penetration, dumped it down to Julio, and he muscled it home. It's 17-13, the Rams.
They're Glasgow now with the 3-guard set, John.
Marcos with the steal. He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Glasgow's going to this is quickness with Powell, Calvin, and Marcos out front. And they sit Lorino down with this group. He's got 3 fouls, Matt does. There's a powerful move by Sanchez on the replay.
And what great anticipation by Marcos on those passes. Antoneri, what a nice drop step. Nice little drop step, he laid it in.
Yeah, nice move, and they're still staying with the head fake.
If he hits a couple and gets any kind of rhythm, Julio goes in, the foul is going to be called. I believe they're going to get Scott McDonough.
Yeah, and he didn't know Antonori was there, standing to send it back at him. You see here, great entry pass from Calvin. Nice move. Antonori was there, but McKenna was there to pick up the foul.
Sanchez gets his 5th point. It's 18-15, and both teams now in the penalty. Both teams will be shooting 1-on-1 the last 4:45. Julio, who's really been playing well for this Ram team.
Yeah, unsung hero. He's been there all year. Pretty more often than not picks up the defensive assignments. He's playing the 6'9" guy right now. Covered Aaron Fox in the course of the year. Covered Penn.
Antoneri. And he's starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 8. As Glasgow's going straight man-to-man. And they've taken off the press. Now Dover Sherborne goes 1-2-2. So Chris Du Bois changing up his defenses. Outside to Calvin for 3. Off the rim, no good. Dover Sherborne do a good job of screening Glasgow off the glass. Antoneri throws it up, no good. Eaton with the big rebound.
Now is Polka scoreless at this point? Does he have a basket? Mike Polka
does not have a basket.
Score, yeah.
No, does not have a basket.
He needs to get on track.
Steve Powell for 3 off the rim, goes in back of the rim, out of play. It'll be Dover Sherborne ball. And right now, Glasgow settling for the first 3-point shot they get, and they got to be a little more patient. Hinganieri has it knocked out of bounds by Steve Powell. And we got Rich Ramsey coming in the basketball game. Probably for Powell. So Ramsey will get the assignment of chasing Joe Ingonieri around. He's their second leading scorer at 16 a game. The man with the ball right now, Mike Palka, is their leading scorer with 24. Blocked nicely by Eaton. Ahead to Ramsey, who's ahead of the pack. Can't hit the shot. Calvin comes down with a loose basketball. Cross court to Marcos. Out to Sanchez. The straightaway. Around the rim and out.
Well, Ramsey had a little bit of the garden jitters there, but give him credit for coming up with the ball.
Calvin with the steal. Marcos with the lay-in. Again, the turnover. It's 21-17. So Dover Sherburne is like it's not 6. The 2 turnovers, they only get 2 points out of it. But Palka still trying to get a shot off.
He's very frustrated, Palka is.
Great defense by the Rams. Blocked by Calvin. Eaton ahead to Marcos. Bounce pass to Calvin. Gets loose and throws it in.
Oh, what a pass.
And that's one for the highlight film. Again, the turnover. And Calvin had presence of mind not to bounce it again and spun it a little reverse and brought it home. We got a foul on Sanchez.
What a great pass by Marcos Echeverria. Caught Calvin in stride. Here we go here. Great block by Calvin. Lewis gets up, gets the ball to Marcos. Never put it on the floor. Right there. What a terrific play.
What a pretty play. And Lewis Eaton, give him credit.
That's right.
Got the outlet pass very quickly to get it going.
You know, Calvin made the block and he finished it off with the layup. So way to get down court.
And here's Eaton with the outlet pass to Marcos. To Eaton to Calvin for 3. No good. Antoneri with the big rebound. And Ingonieri will push it up. McDonough looking to go against Eaton. Blocked from behind by Marcos. They say Marcos got a piece of him. Keon Coleman making his first appearance in a basketball game. He played JV all year.
Yeah.
So Tommy Gressa really using that bench here.
It's Marcos' second foul. Minute 36. Might be a good idea to maybe give him a rest.
So Scott McDonough ends a long drought for Dover Sherburne. They're at 17 for a long time, and they're still only down 5. Make it 4 as McDonough makes them both. McDonough will get a rest, and Ken Christensen will come in the ball game. It's Coleman, Sanchez, Eaton, Marcos, and Calvin, CJ for Glasgow. 1:30 left in the first half. Marcos from the foul line. It won't go, but he picks up the foul. Foul will be against Jim DePhillips.
Yeah, we're going to shoot 2.
Dover Sherburne foul number 20. James DePhillips is first at the line in career 32.
11 players used by Tommy Grasser in the first half. Marcos finds the front rim with the first one. He can give Classical a 5-point lead with 1:17 left. Nothing but net. He's got 5. And this will be Ingonieri going against Marcos, as they've got Palka on the bench, and he's going to be scoreless in the first half if they don't bring him back. And with only a minute left, they're not going to be able to get him in, I don't think. Big block by Lewis Eaton again. Here comes Marcos. Offensive foul against Marcos. And we mentioned it before, Dennis. You'd love to see him pull up and stop.
Well, I'm a big believer that the fast break should be pulled up at the foul line, but you know, you got to question, should he be in the game with a minute left with 2 fouls? And picks up his third. He's really a point guard, and he's going to get you through this game, but he's also brought him here.
What a big block by Lewis Eaton down the other end.
Oh, he stepped all the way to the foul line to get that.
Lewis Eaton again with the block. Calvin Johnson out in front. Lays it in. Almost a turnover by Dover Sherborne. And they don't want to get sloppy here. It's only 7 points. But Lewis Eaton with the rebound. 25 seconds. Classical with a chance. They lead by 7. They could go by as many as 9. 10 if they can hit a 3. And they're going to hold for 1. This is Calvin with the basketball. They'd like to have in his hands. Julio gets called for steps. And now they get Mike Palker in the game. With 10 seconds left, they want to try and get a shot off.
Glasgow's defense has been unbelievable. The Dover Sherborne kids have really played intimidated. They've been intimidated by these kids.
Inganieri looking to go. Can't get the shot to fall. Tipped around, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Dover Sherborne ball. I don't think they can get a shot off, though, at 0.7 seconds on the clock. It's going to be...
I bet you Calvin could.
It's going to be a throw up and get it in. The half comes to a close, and the defense doing the job again. Calvin, Marcos, and company getting the steals. Eaton with some mammoth blocks to get that fast break going. And Dover Sherborne is going to have to regroup at halftime. They trail Glasgow 26-19. We'll be back.
In the first half of today's Division 3 final, Eastern Mass final, with Glasgow 26, Dover Sherborne 19. Again, ladies and gentlemen and boys.
Welcome back to Boston Garden as we start the second half. John Hoffman along with Dennis Skeeter, 26-19 the Rams, and they'll have the basketball. And I think the one negative they want to look at, Dennis, is Marcos has got 3.
Yeah, along with Matt Lorino, so that very important the first 4 or 5 minutes for those guys not to pick up their 4th.
Inside to Lewis. Was able to get it up, but actually was blocked by Antonieri, so Dover Sherborne will take over.
Yeah, nice to see him look for Lewis down there. Maybe try to get Antonieri in foul trouble.
Antonieri missed a wide open layup. They miss another one. The ball goes to the floor. Still on the floor. Eaton with a block. They're going to get a call on Eaton.
You know, I believe that may be Lewis's first foul, and he's had about 6 blocks in this game.
But Dover Sherborne again, Dennis, come out really timid.
Here's your replay here. Lewis got 1. Right back at him. They're going to come. They get him for the reach-in foul. There it is right there.
Somebody's got to get in there and clear house for Lewis, so he has to go 1-on-1 instead of 1-on-3 to rebound.
Well, that's his second, but Dover Sherborne they just can't throw the ball in the ocean.
Dover Sherborne gets on the board first here in the second half with the foul shot by Jason Boudreau as you get a good look at the basket. Free throws by Boudreau. 26-21 as Sanchez steps up and fires, can't hit it. And I don't think we want Julio taking those shots. Dumps down to Antonieri. Antonieri lays it in and picks up the foul as well.
Yeah, Lewis got a little bit on the backside. He got his hand on his back. Picks up his 3rd right away. 2 quick ones. Now he's got 3 starters with 3 fouls. You see it coming back here. Antonieri's going to receive it down low. Right here. Little head fake. Head fake will get him every time.
Yeah, they got
Good
Lewis
one.
off his feet. And he picks up 2 quick ones. So he now has 3 fouls.
We have to mention, John, the defensive job that Calvin's doing on Mike Palker. The leading scorer has not scored a point in this game.
No, he's averaging 24 a game, but Dover Sherborne right now has come out on fire in the second half. They're hitting the boards hard. And they've got the lead down to 3, and they've got the basketball. Antoneri can't hit the shot. Tipped up by Antoneri, no good. Eaton loses it. They say it went off Dover Sherborne. And they've got to give Lewis some help inside, rebounding the basketball. Antoneri's getting loose inside, getting 3 or 4 chances.
That's right. Lewis is getting boxed out. No one's helping out.
Calvin to Marcos. Sanchez, blocked by Antoneri. Palick, nice pass to Messenger. Misses the shot, tipped up, no good. Larino with a nice rebound. Calvin pushing it up. He's got Sanchez with him. Stops and shoots. In and out. An intentional foul against Matt Larino. And that's going to put Antoneri at the line for 2, and they're going to get the ball besides.
Yeah, more importantly, that's his 4th.
Yeah,
This Calvin on the pull-up fast break. That's the way to pull up. He didn't break the plane. And see Larino, geez, that's going to hurt someone like that. That's not the way to play this game.
2 shots. Number 30.
Jason Harris will come in replacing Matt Larino.
There's no need for that type of activity on the basketball court. I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel, and somebody's going to get hurt. There's Matt there, and he's got to think it over.
Antoneri bounces the second one out, so it's 26-24. A 5-0 run so far for Dover Sherborne. They can add to it. They got the basketball. It's Harris, Eaton, Sanchez, Marcos, and Calvin for the Rams.
Glasgow in the zone, John.
Yeah, they're going 1-2-2 or 3-2. Sanchez, the man up top. They hit at the foul line. The shot missed, tipped around, thrown up and in. The turnaround by Jason Boudreau. Boudreau's got 4. Antoneri's got 3. It's a 7-0 run, and we're tied at 26.
Yeah, they made 5 or 6 passes against the zone, waited for the good shot to develop in the middle, and it flashed right to the elbow, and it was there. That's the kind of shot you like to see Lewis Eaton get against the zone.
Almost have it taken away. Sanchez, too strong. Antoneri was there to force the shot, and Dover Sherborne with a chance to take the lead. Shot is up and missed. The rebound is missed. Eaton can't hold on. Blocked from behind by Calvin. Calvin gets hit as he goes to the lane. I believe it'll be on Inganieri. No, it's on Jason Boudreau.
Calvin strips him. Coming down. Goes up strong. Could have called a foul on either one of them that time.
Well, he just got that quick step to the basket, and all of a sudden you're playing defense, and all of a sudden he makes that quick move, and you can't get position. You have to foul. Calvin misses the first. He misses the second. Lewis Eaton with the rebound. He squeezed it off somehow. And Glasgow's back on top. Their first basket of the second half. It took them 3.5 minutes. Palick for 3, hits it. He's averaging 24. It took him almost 21 minutes to get his first basket.
We'll see if that lights him up.
Lewis has to chase it down. Marcos to Calvin, the straightaway. No good. Tipped around. Lewis gets it. Goes to the basket. Can't hit it. Dover Sherborne by 1. They can add to it here. Inganieri lines up a 3. No good. Gets his own rebound. Throws it up again. No good. Sanchez with the big rebound.
Yeoman's work by Sanchez there. Great box out. That's a big rebound.
And now we have Eaton and Sanchez at the point guards. Sanchez strong to the basket, picks up the foul on Antoneri.
Good job. Julio's really stepping up this afternoon.
Where'd our guards go, Dennis? We had Eaton and Sanchez at the point.
Here you see Julio here. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis playing the point. Gets it back to Sanchez. Takes it strong to the hole. Nice job by Julio.
Sanchez can break the tie. Bounces around, falls through for him. And we got Steve Powell coming in the ball game for Sanchez. So a very small lineup in there now for Lynn Classical. Idris Ford is in there. Calvin, Marcos, Steve Powell, and Lewis Eaton.
And a straight man-to-man, Classical.
Calvin bounces off his foot, chases it down. He's ahead of the pack. Goes strong, lays it in. It counts. He'll go to the free throw line. Not a very good foul by Dover Sherborne.
No, not at all. Just let him go because you're not going to stop him at that point. You see here, you're going to see the strip. Calvin strips him, goes in all by himself. And all of a sudden, Moss is there to pick up the foul, pretty much giving him a basket.
Calvin with 11. Make it 12. And it's 33-29. Classical now up by 4.
Scored 5 points in a row. They were down 29-28.
Inganieri, they're looking at maybe go inside to Antoneri. The shot missed. Marcos almost tapped it in. Eden with a nice rebound.
Big job.
Tapped it away to himself. Ahead to Kelvin. Lays it in.
Be a nice time for a little TO by the Dover Sherborne coach.
Well, it's back up to 6 as Glasgow's got the track shoes on again. 35-29. Halleck now covered by Steve Powell. They go inside to Antoneri. The shot hangs there, falls through. Ahead to Calvin. Back to Marcos. Steve Powell along the baseline.
Well, this is nice patience here. That's what you want, is to take your time, get a good hoop.
Lewis forced it up. Marcos inside to Lewis. Off the glass, won't go. Idris Ford blocked by Antoneri.
Wow.
And I don't know if he got all ball on it, but Ford went to the floor. There had to be some contact there, Dennis.
Yeah, Coach Grasser all over the officials on that one.
Traveling called against Inganieri. Idris Ford made a nice move to the basket. Antoneri did hit it, but there were 3 bodies around, and I know all 3 guys didn't get the ball.
Yeah. Powell goes in, great dish to Lewis. Goes up, it's blocked. Come down, Marcos comes up with it. Lewis again. Now Idris Ford's going to come up. Ooh, a lot of contact in there.
Calvin got hit, no call. The Glasgow fans not happy. It's happened right in front of the Glasgow bench. He went up and showed the ball, took it away, and got hit. And I think the official turned and looked to see if the ball went in and didn't see the contact. Marcos from deep in the corner for 3, no good. Paul almost takes it away. Lewis Eden, the intimidator.
They were very fortunate. Lewis didn't pick up his 4th there.
Calvin for 3. Doesn't hit anything. They're not hitting their outside shots. They're better off going to the basket. Inganieri, 35-31, 8:50 left. Palick for three. It's good, nothing but net. Mike Polka with the three. You don't want him to get loose. That was from well beyond the high school line, out near Larry Bird time. Marcos throws it up and in. 37-34 as we go back and forth. 8:20 left to play in the basketball game. The Eastern Mass final coming here from Boston Garden. The winner goes to the Worcester Central to play for the state title. Sanchez with the big play.
Yeah, Marco's got a hand on it himself.
Powell gets loose and throws it up. No good. (37-34) as Inganieri pushes it up. Polka fakes the three. Drives, throws it high off the glass. No good. Antoneri with it. His shot hits the front of the rim and gets the good bounce. He actually hit the front of the rim and got the bounce. It bounced over and went in. 37-36.
Looked like it was going to come right back at him, and it gets the fall right to the hoop.
Calvin for two. 39-36. Calvin's got 16. Coming up on 7 minutes left to play in the basketball game. Sanchez and Antoneri really bang out there. Calvin almost with the pick. Calvin got it then. Calvin got the hand of the basketball to Marcos. Calvin out in front. Can't hit it. Powell with the follow, lays it in. Again, the defense doing the job.
Defense certainly did a job at UMass Boston with Marblehead. They did it against Whittier, against North Cambridge Catholic, and they're doing it again today.
Palick can't hit the shot. Eaton gets a hand on it, knocks it away. Shot is missed. Paul with it down court. Calvin ahead of the pack. Drives, too strong. That would have been a big one. Palick forces it up. Antoneri with the rebound. Eden with the big block. Eden with another block. I don't believe they're going to call that one. That's a tough one for Eaton's fourth foul.
Well, they gave it to Sanchez, John.
Well, it should. I thought if looking at it, you assume they called it on Eaton. He had nothing but ball.
Here we go here. You're going to see him go up. Lewis got all over that one. They got Julio Sanchez, got him on the arm.
Yes, you could see it on the replay, right. 41-36, and it's been Calvin getting them going, the defense getting them going. Right now, the foul trouble is what is looming over Glasgow right now. 41-36. Looking back to the first half, Calvin had 9, Marcos had 5, Sanchez had 6. On the other side, Antoneri had 8, and Scott McDonough had 6. But Antoneri certainly has come alive, especially when Eaton picked up that third foul. He's got 7 points inside, and Polka has come to life a little bit with 2 big threes.
Yeah, 2 threes, and you know he's going to keep coming at him right now. If he can do that, they can really develop inside-outside game, which could really help over Sherborne out.
Well, I think with 6:20 now, with Lewis with only 3 fouls, you got to let Lewis play straight up. Play Antoneri straight up inside or Sanchez straight up inside, and you got to keep the guy outside and not let Polka get off here and play him tough and not let him get that shot off.
Well, both Calvin and Stephen Powell have been playing Polka straight up, and they've been doing a magnificent job. And they've got to try to run him off a few screens, like you said, and free him up.
At the line, shooting 2, Mark Antonori.
Antoneri will be at the line shooting 2. 6:20 left, 41-36. Classical has led virtually all the way. Dover Sherborne led briefly here in the second half when they put together an 8-0 run after being down 7 at halftime. They led briefly by a point. Classical, the defense turning it over. Marcos and Calvin working their magic. Calvin getting 7 points as Antoneri makes 1. And it's 41-37 as Marcos walks it up. Dearborn staying in that zone.
It's a great job by Klaus. There should be no hurry to shoot right now. They have the 4-point lead. Wait for a nice shot, and there it is.
Like that one right there. We had to wait. We had to wait and make sure it was going in.
Oh no!
Hung there, rolled around, finally dropped for Marcos.
Even if it
He's
doesn't
getting
go in,
9.
that's the type of shot you're looking for against a zone.
And a little force there. Lewis Eaton does the job again. Glasgow with a chance to get their biggest lead. Powell throws it up, no good. Eaton gets a hand on it. Powell keeps it alive. Knocked out of bounds by Dover Sherborne. Glasgow's lead get up to 7 at halftime. If they could score here, they could get it to 8.
Yeah, and Antonori back in the game. I think that Coach DeBois over at Dover Sherborne realized he needs him in the game. You can't let Glasgow pull ahead right now by a big margin.
Sanchez drives. He's going to pick up the foul against Antonori.
Dover Sherborne foul on the 31 mark. Antonori is third at the line.
So he's got 3.
Here's your replay here. Nice ball moving against the zone. Sanchez sees a little gap in the zone right there. Takes it there. He's on the line for 2. Ball movement so important against that zone.
Well, not to mention they took a little over a minute off the clock.
Right. You've got a lead. You're actually not milking the clock, but you really want to put up good shots at this juncture of the game. Only 5:19 left to keep you from going to the Worcester Centrum to defend your state title.
Well, Glasgow has got that run back that Dover Sherborne had at the beginning of the half. The lead is back to 7, right where we were at halftime. As Palick looks to get close. And good job by Sanchez to push Antonori a lot further from the basket he wanted to be.
And then he blocks him out and come down with the rebound.
Kelvin in the lane to Eaton. Looking for the touchdown. Marcos is right there. What, does he have a nose for the ball or what? Marcos in the lane, dumps it down to Sanchez. Offensive foul against Marcos.
Yeah. A little late whistle, but certainly contact was made.
Yeah, you'd like to, again, you'd like to have him stop at the foul line of that.
That's right. There's your replay here. Round the back. He really should stop at the foul line here, but he breaks the plane. He picks up the foul. His 4th.
Inganieri having all kinds of problems with Calvin as Calvin tips it away. Calvin almost saved it. And Inganieri is saying, the coach DuBois is saying, get the ball off the floor.
And Calvin gets a nice round of applause from the fans here at Boston Garden.
Is he working or what?
He sure is. There he is here. Look at the strip. Staying with it. Ball gets away. Does his best to keep it in bounds. Great job. He smells it. He really wants it.
Coming up on 4 minutes left to play in a basketball game. Inganieri for 3 from deep in the corner. No good. Calvin with the rebound. Calvin looking ahead to Marcos. Underneath looking for Eaton, and Eaton was going to stuff it, but it was knocked out of bounds.
Dover Sherborne really needs to get the ball to Antonori, the 6'9" fellow. They're chucking up too many threes this juncture of the game. They've been getting most of their baskets in the paint.
Well, I just noticed Palka coming out, look at the bench, like shrugging his shoulders, like, what are we running? They look totally disoriented out there. And this is their 24th game, Dennis.
Well, I think a lot of it's got to do with Glasgow's defense and just doing a marvelous job.
That's for sure. 4 minutes straight up to play in the basketball game. 4 minutes before we find out which of these teams are going to the Centrum. Marcos around the rim and out. Steve Powell is all over Mike Palka. Palka lets it fly. No good. The tip, no good. Saved by Dover Sherborne. The pass. Steve Powell with a great play. Out in front. Can't get the fall. Marcos is there and lays it in.
Boy, what a great job by Marcos getting down. Terrific pickoff by Stephen Powell.
Calvin Johnson from behind with the steal. Calvin to the basket. No basket. Offensive foul.
Wow.
What a shame.
Yeah, great defense. That one would have really put put this one away.
How many guys would even bother running the floor like that? On a breakaway by Powell, most guys would stay down the end of the court. Marcos has presence of mind to go the full length of the court, running down the length of the court.
What a great job by this Glasgow defense. In this three-guard lineup, John, inserted by Tommy Grassa the second half, it's just worked wonders. The quickness has been incredible. They're picking off, and Sanchez has stepped up underneath, just doing yeoman's work. Here's a replay here. Powell picked it off, goes in alone, and look who's there, Marcos. By the way, he goes up against Boudreau there, who's 6'3", and Marcos picks it up, lays it back in.
And again, most guys would not even bother to run the floor. I'm not going to get a rebound. It's a layup. We're going to score. I'll stay back and play defense. He's there. He's such an intelligent player. It's like having another coach out on the floor. He does such a great job. But he works so hard. The largest lead of the game for the Rams, 46-37. It would have been 11 if Calvin could have stuck that one by without charging. And I think that would have put it away. Right now, Dover Sherburne's going to be saying to themselves, what's happening 2 years in a row? We can't put the ball in the ocean. The defense, again, has really told the story. And I know Mike Palka is going to be saying, are there any more Echeverias? As we see Jack O'Donnell, Jerry Waldron, Mrs. Waldron. Just below to the right of them is Frank Caraba from the school committee. A lot of the guys made their way up here. And as we pan over a little more to the right in the yellow shirt, right there is Frank Caraba. So a lot of people from Lynn coming up supporting these Rams. And there's going to be a lot more, I think, at the Centrum, because I think that's where Glasgow's going to go. With 3:12 left, they lead by 9.
Well, there's plenty of time left, but I like the intensity they're playing with. It just seems like they're playing like they want it more than the other team.
And Inganieri trying to go against Calvin. Along the baseline, passes off, and he stayed in the lane. Could have had a 3-second call. Palka can't get the 3 off. Powell's right in his shirt. Palka a little bit frustrated. Has only had 2 baskets. He lets go the long 3, no good. Chase down the corner.
Oh, what a great job Lewis Eaton get out in the corner.
Palka gets loose and lays it in. Well, Palka right now, he came in averaging 24 or 26 last year, and he got 8. This year he came in averaging 24. He's got 8, all in the second half. And Glasgow's going to make Dover Sherburne come out and play man-to-man. (46-39) as Glasgow holding on. Calvin from the corner, it's nothing but net.
Oh, Tommy really liked that one.
Calvin with 18. Antonieri with the shot. I don't know how he got that by Lewis. He was right there with a hand in his face, but a great basket by Antonieri. So that keeps it close at 48-41 with 2:01 left. Eaton has 4 now. As Mark Antonieri will be shooting 1, and I believe Glasgow's going to take a timeout. But you look at this game, Steve Powell has finally come into his own. He got
great time to do it.
Well, he took a few knocks when he first came back. He wasn't really in shape to play. He hadn't played any games. He had to get his feet wet. Now he's back into it. The last couple of tournament games, he has really come in and done a job for Tommy Grassa.
Oh, just terrific. He stepped up today and did a great job, not only offensively, but defensively. And he's covering a guy that's averaging 24 points a game, and it's a very, very tough task to do it. He stepped up and done a wonderful job.
Calvin has got 18. Marcos has got 11, 6 of them coming here in the second half. Sanchez with a big 9. Antonieri on the other side has got 16. And he's the only player in double figures for Dover Sherburne. As their big guy, Palka, only has 8. And their other big scorer, Inganieri, who started out quickly, got a quick 3. That's all he has. Inganieri's averaging 16 a game. He's got 3. Palka's averaging 24. He's got 8, all in the second half. That kind of tells the story right there.
Well, let's see what Dover Sherburne throws for defense here off the foul shot. They haven't pressed the whole game. Glasgow's a tough team to press, but find yourself down 6 with under 2 minutes left. You've really got to put some type of trap out there.
And they go 1-2-2 half court. And Classical breaks it rather easily. And
No
Classical's
hurry.
going to hold on. The clock is their enemy now. They want to run some time. And not a good pass, but Calvin makes the pay. Gets it back, throws it up, blocked. It'll be Classical basketball. And Classical's lucky to get that one back.
Yeah, Calvin's hang time, it just amazes me every game.
1:35 left between these two teams in a trip to the Worcester Centrum. Classical looking to win Eastern Mass for the second year in a row. And with a chance to be only the second team from St. Mary's to win 2 state championships, as Dover Sherborne comes up with the steal. Polka throws it up and in. And we're going to play it down.
Yeah, he got hit by the ball, I believe.
I didn't see any Classical players out around him.
No, I believe it was the ball and the tip. May have caught him in the nose. He's really hurting.
Well, Ingenieri is the player we told you about that when they had that brawl. Dover Sherborne didn't have it. Foxborough had it in the semifinals. He was kind of a sucker punch.
Yeah, it was just before that. It looked like he got hit by the ball.
He got sucker punched, Dennis, and broke his nose. And that's only a little over a week ago. And if that hit him in the nose, it's amazing to me. And I mentioned this to Dave McCarthy, our producer.
Getting up. You watch here. We pick it up closely. I watch. I think the ball picks him off. Here he is here.
It hit him right in the face. Right in the face.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned this to Dave McCarthy, our producer, before the game. I said, I can't believe that this young man broke his nose as little as a week ago, and he's not wearing a protective anything on his face.
Yeah.
And now he got hit again, and that's really unfortunate.
Oh, the poor fella.
We certainly hope he's going to be all right. Glasgow trying to hold on here. They're trying to hold on to the basketball and hold on to a 4-point lead. Dover Sherborne pressing, trying to get the ball. And now the foul will be taken by Polka. And they're nowhere near. They need to commit 2 more. 1:01 left on the clock. And Glasgow has to do 2 things right now. They have to protect the basketball, and they have to make their foul shots. The arrow right now favors the Rams. The foul will be against Antonieri. That's his 4th.
They also have to do their best on these out-of-bounds plays to deny the ball being thrown in bounds. Glasgow's been inbounding the ball too easily. You have to foul right away.
The foul will be against Messenger, and that will put Sanchez at the free throw line. Julio Sanchez, who's really done a job for them today. He's come up with some big plays and played tough defense and rebounding. Pressure foul shots.
Well, he's done the job all day.
Well, if he makes this one, they need 2 possessions. That's if they make 3s. It hangs there and goes through. He's got 11. The lead is 6, 50-44. And we've got 45 seconds left. Polka's going to try and throw the 3 up. He gets loose, lets it fly, no good. Sanchez with the rebound. He'll give it a Powell. Ahead to Marcos. Powell gets it to Calvin. Calvin looking to dribble. They got to foul him. They won't foul him. They're letting him run too much time off. Out of bounds, off Dover Sherborne. I can't believe Dover Sherborne hasn't fouled.
Stephen Powell just turned his ankle, John.
And we got our designated nurse out there, John Panagakis. John
Quite see what
Panagakis
happened, but I got a feeling he ran into one of their photographers.
The Glasgow fans are already starting to get excited. 21.5 seconds to go in the basketball game. Classical is going to go to the Worcester Centrum for the second year in a row to defend their Division III state championship. They're going to win their second straight Eastern Mass, and they're going to make it 10 straight tournament wins.
Wow. Steve Fotopoulos replaces Powell.
And they finally foul with 18 points. They let him run almost 30 seconds off the clock, Dennis. And when you consider you're within 2 3-point shots,
that's right.
That's too much time to let them run off.
Calvin Johnson shooting 1 and 1.
So Calvin, CJ at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
The Glasgow fans have been giving a little back-to-back chant.
CJ looking for 20. He's got 19. Calvin misses that one. 51-44 as the Glasgow fans chant back-to-back, back-to-back. Trying to get the threes up. They let it fly. It's off the rim, no good. Sanchez chases it down. Antoneri steps back for the 3. Can't hit it. The clock is going to go off as Antoneri lets it fly. Glasgow's out to celebrate the big win. 51-44 is the final. Glasgow with the fans in the stands going wild, and the group on the court celebrating. Marcos and Calvin in the middle of that. And what a tremendous team win by the Glasgow Rams. Calvin Johnson with 19, Marcos with 11, Eaton with 2, but that doesn't begin, again, as we always say, doesn't begin to tell the story of Lewis inside. Sanchez with 11. Lorino got 1, Powell got 5, Waldron got 2 for the scoring for Glasgow. We'll come back and give you the high scores for Dover Sherborne. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Well, give Tony credit, 7th time in a row. They're putting Lorino back in the game.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. You get in there? From Glen to Glen.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden, and Dennis Skeetis. Some teams try to get here. Glasgow gets here 2 years in a row, and Calvin and Marcos have found a home here. They won 2 years in a row. They're the Eastern Mass champions for the second year in a row. They won the North Sectional for the second year in a row. Now it's on, trying to become the only basketball team ever in the city of Lynn to win back-to-back state championships.
Yeah, let's not forget Lewis, who started on that team also last year. And I'm going to tell you, they're just doing it with defense. They started out this tournament against Whittier with the best defensive performance I've seen this year in the second half. Found themselves down 1 point to Whittier at halftime. From that point on, I think Tommy had a tongue lashing at halftime, and they've played defense right through this tournament. It's been unstoppable.
Whatever Tommy said in that Whittier game, they were down a point, playing very lethargic. They came out, and since then, they only put up 51 points today, so the offense was not really on fire, but the defense geared the offense and got them going. And once again, Dover Sherborne walks out shaking their head saying, what do we have to do? Mike Polka, their leading scorer, with 24, and the other young man, Joe Inganieri, averaging 16 a game. Polka got 10 all in the second half. One was at the end of the game when it was over, and Inganieri only got 3, and those were all in the first half. That tells you the story of the defense, and they're going to go home shaking their head saying, are there any more Echeverrias around?
Oh, Echeverrias. How about Julio Sanchez, the game he played?
Tremendous
Stepped
game
up today
inside.
at the Boston Garden. Julio had his best game of the year. He's been doing yeoman's work night in and night out, and you see the press is always on Calvin and Marcos, Lewis Eden. Julio Sanchez has been a starter from day one on this team. He's gone through the whole year, tooth and nail. Covered the best defensive player in the other team. I know he steps up against Aaron Fox, did a marvelous job, and he carried him right through this afternoon. What a terrific job.
Well, he got 11, and he got them early. He got 9 in the first half when they were staggering a little bit, when they trying to get things going, when the offense wasn't really clicking. But once that defense gets going, and credit Steve Powell as well. Steve Powell came in and did a tremendous job on Steve Polka. He got those 10 points probably in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the second half. Glasgow will go to 21-3. Dover Sherborne had a tremendous season, but it ends at 20-4. For Glasgow, it's their second straight trip. They're going to play Saturday at 12:30 at the Worcester Centrum. They'll play the winner of St. Mary's of Worcester and St. Joseph's of Pittsfield as they look to make it 2 straight state championships. The final score, once again, Lincoln Classical 51, Dover Sherborne 44. From high above courtside at Boston Garden, I'm John Hoffman for Dennis Kiedis and the rest of our crew saying thank you for being with us, and catch us at the Worcester Centrum.
Good night.
Welcome to the Worcester Centrum, and Lincoln Classical comes for the second time looking for back-to-back state championships, taking on St. Joseph Pittsfield. I'm John Hoffman along with Dennis Kiedis, and Dennis, for the first time in a while, Classical will be playing somebody they don't know. They played Marblehead for the 3rd time. It was a repeat against Dover Sherborne, and now it's going to be a case of taking on St. Joseph of Pittsfield, someone they're not aware of. They got to scout them once, but it should be an interesting game.
Yeah, St. Joseph's coming in at 20-4, John. Unfortunately, they lost to the same team 3 times. I believe they played one team in the Christmas tournament, and the other team they lost to was an out-of-state team. So I guess they're a well-coached team. They play a lot of zone, and they show an awful lot of height, although they're starting two smaller guys, but I understand they're a very, very well-coached team.
We've got Frank Skago is 25, John Vincent is 23, Mike Bassett is 51, Matt McLaughlin is 55, Jason Collier is 45 for St. Joseph Pittsfield. The Classical is their normal starting lineup. Louis Eaton, you see there, will be jumping center. Marco Setchabarria, Calvin Johnson at the guards, Sanchez and Areno at the forwards. Shot is up and missed by Marcos, and St. Joseph that likes to run. Marcos gets a hand of the basketball. Louis Eaton! How many times have you seen that?
Well, St. Joseph decided to take it inside early, and they're going to have a long day if they're going to bring in their Lewis. St. Joseph's on the other end, opening the 2-3 zone. It gives up a lot of outside shots. I know Calvin and Marcos' eyes will light up under that situation.
The 3-2 or 1-2-2, whichever you prefer. Louis Eaton way up in the air over the opposition to pick up that rebound. Marcos to Calvin. And they certainly were Calvin as well as Marcos. Yeah, this could turn out to be a track meet as both teams like to run the basketball. Marcos to Calvin, upside for 3, no good. So both teams are a little shaky. St. Joseph's bounced it off their foot. That's Frank Skago, the guard. As you see, there's Marcos. We're going to walk it up. Just underway here. We played a minute in this, the Division III state final. Basket and then St. Joseph Pittsfield. Calvin, Marcos. Drives the lane, dumps it down to Reno. Didn't get the fall. Sanchez battling for the rebound. We got a foul, I believe, inside. And we'll go against St. Joseph.
Yeah, great job by Julio Sanchez, but everything was set up by the quick passes outside. Marcos drove the lane. You can see Marcos here. Breaks the zone, finds Matt Larino in the middle. Matt can't make it. Julio comes from the weak side and gets the rebound.
The foul is against Bassett. Sanchez with the shot. Off the glass, no good. Louis Eaton with the big rebound. And so far, Lewis has been the dominating player. Rebounding and blocking shots. And he's got the only basket.
Yeah, Classical opens up with their traditional 1-2-1-1 zone that's carried them through this tournament.
St. Joseph's would be very patient. When they're not running, they take a lot of time. And they like to get a good shot. From the foul line, the shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Marcos, and here they come. To Calvin. The straightaway by Calvin from the corner. In and out. The rebound by Bassett.
There's going to be a lot of outside shots available for Classical versus this zone today, John. This year, Classical's taken 385 three-pointers. Calvin's taken 177 of them.
Flipped around. Calvin with a big play. Knocks it, hit the Marcos. Back to Calvin. He's going to get called for step.
Yeah.
Comes in with 10 straight tournament wins over the last couple of years.
Here's a nice dish out here. You see Marcos take off in the fast break. He looks up for Calvin. Calvin just got caught on the wrong foot.
Lewis gets called for the foul. Nice follow-up by Jason Collier.
Yeah, that's a nice play there. Nice foul up. Lewis was right there. Didn't seem to intimidate him at all. But you're in for a long day if you're going to try to take it to Lewis Eaton.
The only at the line, Jason Collier, is the leading scorer for St. Joseph. He averaged 15 a game. Although Matt McLaughlin, who's averaging 14 overall, has been averaging 20 in the tournament for him. And a 3-point play gives St. Joseph's a lead. And Sanchez, really too strong. Rebounded by Matt McLaughlin. Here comes St. Joseph's. Along the baseline, the shot is missed. Eaton, there's the rebound.
Wow.
Pass to Marcos. Kelvin to Lewis. Lewis gets blocked, puts it, losing it out of bounds on his own.
Yeah, certainly there was a little contact made that time. Looked like Lewis got hit in the hip. I think Calvin's going to have to go for that head fake and try to, here you go here. He does that head fake to Calvin. Nice dish to Lewis. Looked like he got fouled.
Shot too strong. Matt Lorino ahead to Calvin Johnson. Too strong that way. And he had Calvin breaking and he just threw it too far.
Glasgow's going to have to show some patience on offense, John, against the zone. And then you're going to have to establish the inside game. You're going to look for Lorino, Sanchez, or Lewis down low. That'll set up your outside game. But you can't come down and start chucking against that 2-3 zone. You're going to be in for a long afternoon.
Matt Lorino almost picked off. He couldn't save it. So Pittsburgh will get to inbound it again against this tough defense. Galvin with the steal. Marcos throws it up and in.
That's the way to go inside. Great job.
Well, the defense does it again. Glasgow 4, St. Joseph, Pittsfield 3. As we played 3.5 minutes here. Division III state final coming in from Worcester Central. Lewis intimidates a little bit. Good call by the official, and he did. It went off the head of Mike Bassett. And Marcos will bring it up. Calvin outside to Marcos. Straightens up for the 3. Around the rim and out. Bassett with the rebound. Pittsfield, Marcos did the job.
Yeah, very nice job by Marcos there. Looked like he was going to draw the charge and then no contact, so no call was made, and then they get the roll out of bounds.
Pat DeChico was the first sub in the ballgame. You see him there, number 11. Calvin for 3. Around the rim and out. And St. Joseph loses the rebound out of bounds. That's right now getting one shot at the basket.
Yeah, you really got to look inside. You got to take advantage of Lewis Eaton's height and jumping ability inside, as well as Sanchez.
Lewis kicks it out to Calvin to Sanchez. Drives off the glass, too strong. McLaughlin with the rebound, and DeChico will bring it up. 4-3, the Rams on top. Now St. Joe's goes against the zone that Foster puts up. Sanchez at the point. Hands up! Again, St. Joe's is being very patient. But the last thing you want to do is get caught in the corner. Almost a steal by Pacheco. This is McLaughlin. Straightens up and lets it fire. It's good.
Hey, it's a nice soft touch on his jump shot.
Excuse me, that's Collier, not McLaughlin. He's got all 5. So it's Jason Collier 5, Link Foster 4. As Marcos walks it up. Calvin inside to Lewis. Lewis turn around. Off the rim, no good. Sanchez with the rebound. He got hit.
That's where they got to play this game, John. They really do. Yeah. They got a very nice height advantage inside with Lorino, Sanchez, and Lewis, and that ball's got to go inside.
Again, we mentioned Calvin and Marcos, an unbelievable 73 and 21 in high school. Marcos throws it in. I know Tommy Grasher didn't want to see Marcos get off quickly. They go with that press. The shot by Collier from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Sanchez. The kickoff pass, knocked around. Sanchez gets it back. Here's to Calvin. The foul is going to be against Sosis, and they're piling the fouls up there rather quickly.
Yeah, and they're all happening on the inside. You know, that inside game is very, very important. You pick up a lot of fouls, foul shots, and easy baskets as well. Jeff Waldman's going to report in for Julio Sanchez.
Very small lineup now. Powell and Waldman open the game for Reno and Sanchez.
This is a very, very quick lineup for the Glasgow Rams. I'm sure they'll press off of this lineup. There's an awful lot of speed out there.
St. Joseph's corners with Dean Steinman and Andy Unsworth in the game. 6-5, you saw the scoreboard. Glasgow on top. Steve Powell with the basketball. For all intents and purposes, they have 4 guards now. They dump it into Waldman. The reverse by Waldman, a little too strong.
That's a fine shot.
Well, that's where they want to go. Lewis pinned it off the backboard. Blocked again inside. We got a foul on Steve Powell inside. And Lewis even pinned that one.
Oh, boy. I'm going to tell you, it looks like he's not going to hear it is here. He like suckers the guy in. He almost like makes him believe that he's not going to be there. You see Steve Powell pick up the reach. But Lewis like suckers the guy in. Sort of makes the guy believe Lewis isn't around. All of a sudden he sneaks up on him. You know, it seems like Lewis has been playing down there forever. He's only a sophomore. You know?
Andy Unsworth, we've seen that so many times. You think he's a freshman in college by this time. It's only his second year. What a player he's going to be. Up and good by Andy Unsworth. Right where we started, tied at 6. Steve Powell. Demarcus outside. Powell in the corner. Waldman. Skip pass outside. Eaton. Nice move inside by Lewis. Can't hit the shot. Can't get his own rebound either. Man, nice 360 move to get inside. And the ball just didn't go down. Waldman with a big defensive play.
Great shot and great play by Jeff Waldman to set that up.
Almost a steal. Shot's no good, but the foul's going to be against Eaton.
Give Matt McLaughlin credit. He takes it right to Lewis.
We have to straighten one thing we said. Glasgow could be only the first team.
Vision played by Marcos. What a terrific job.
Only the first team ever to win back-to-back state titles. And we said the only other team was St. Mary's baseball team. Coach Fred Foote, Dickie Johnson, a few others are going to be a little mad at me because the New English hockey team did it as well. So we have to correct that and make sure that we let everybody know that the hockey team did it as well. Lewis Eaton has gone to the bench and Jason Harris is in. Harris right away controls the boards. 8-7, Glasgow on top.
Calvin with a nice pull-up. Calvin Johnson with about a 15-footer. Terrific shot.
Nice drive to the basket. Andy Unsworth as we go back and forth. 10-9, the Rams on top. And without Lewis in there now, St. Joseph's going right to the hole. Long skip pass to Powell. Fakes the shot to go around the defense and took steps.
Yeah, nice head fake. Like to see a lot more of that, especially against the zone. If you can get guys to lead their feet.
Both teams.
Here we go. Yeah, Steven got him right up in the air. He lifted up his pivot foot before he put the ball on the ground.
Both teams shifting guys back and forth in and out because they know this is going to be a track meet. The shot is up and good. St. Joseph's goes back on top, 11-10. Coming up on 8 minutes to play. Powell straightens up. Shot is no good. A set with the rebound. Vincent to Collier. Skago. They fake the shot. It's the defense for the Rams. Pays off. Powell with the steal. Gives it to Calvin. Waldron for the straightaway. Around the rim and out. Powell almost with the steal. Marcos comes up with a loose ball. Harris inside. Lays it in. Waldron, Powell, and Marcos for that basket.
Yeah. The big shot by Jason Harris. Nice to see him get off track here.
Sanchez and Lorino will be back. Giving a little more height to the Rams. Waldron and Harris go to the bench. So it's Powell, Johnson, Marcos up front. Sanchez and Lorino inside. There's a replay of Harris's basket.
Costco goes man-to-man for the first time.
Shot too strong. Lorino with the rebound. It's a count. Goes to Sanchez, who brings it up. Calvin from the corner. Hits the rim. Jackson's got to get maybe a little closer. He's hitting the bottom part of the rim. Just a little more oomph to that shot. 12-11 the Rams. James looking to take the lead. We've gone back and forth several times. Straight man-to-man by Glasgow. Calvin Johnson almost with the pick.
Great D by Glasgow. Terrific job here.
No call. Salia looked like he took a couple of steps. Great defense by Sanchez.
All 5 guys on the floor for Glasgow. Boy, they're digging it in right now.
Working hard. And Pittsfield Hazelman comes close to getting a shot off. Now they do. Marcos commits the foul.
Yeah, they had to run an up screen. They run an up screen to get him open, and Marcos did his best to stay with him and not get picked off. But, boy, credit Glasgow's defense there. Boy, did they dig in there.
St. Joseph's they like to play up tempo. The coach, Paul Procopio, his 24th year coaching at the school. He started back in 1903, the basketball program here at St. Joseph of Pittsfield. As he started again. Well, similar to Glasgow, they got 350 students, 100 boys. They play in the Berkshire County A Division, which is mostly Division I and Division II. But they lost in the 84 and 85 final here. They won the 88 final. As the shot is missed, Lorino rebound. And the funny thing about it, the Catholics will appreciate this. They won in 88 on the Feast of St. Joseph's, which is March 19th, which is today. The Feast of St. Joseph.
Wow.
And in 88, we won the tournament on the Feast of St. Joseph.
Joe Bartow.
Bartow with the shot. Good shooter, good outside shooter.
Yes.
He's in there now, spelling Calvin. And if Joe heats up, gets those shots, they're going to be tough. Marcos almost with the steal. Ball is loose again on the floor. Glasgow all over the place. Blocked from behind. It's going to be against Marcos.
Yeah, his second. It's going to be the team's 6. Next time they're going to go in a one-on-one. Man-to-man has just been outstanding, though. St. Joseph has to work for everything.
Yeah, they could have got a couple of calls that time. A couple of traveling calls could have been called. They slid a couple of times, lost the ball. Glasgow really working hard. Marcos is going to get a rest. Calvin's going to come back. Marcos picks up his second with 5:31 left in a half. 14-11, Glasgow the biggest lead of the game for either team. And the Chico can eat into that as he's at the final. His first play of the game.
Now we'll see if St. Joseph's takes advantage of Marcos, the point guard, being out, and puts a trap on or something. No, we're going to go right back.
I think they're afraid of the quickness of Glasgow.
Well, Marcos handles the ball so much. I'd really try to put on some type of trap with Marcos on the bench.
Tip pass to Bartow, to Powell. Takes the shot. Now he throws it up. No good. Lorino with the big rebound. Sanchez inside. There's the job inside.
Yeah, that's right.
Sanchez and Lorino picking up the foul.
Yeah, a lot of offensive boards are available there. And the missed shots. If Glasgow wants to box out, get inside.
Steve Patopoulos, the designated three-point shooter, coming in the game now. Rich Ramsey's going to come in as well.
Now, Steve's shooting 35% from the three-point circle this year. He's 15 for 44.
Sanchez makes the first. He can give Glasgow a 3-point lead. As again, we see the first half, Tony Grasser using a lot of players. And Sanchez, who has really been a force on this team.
Oh, yeah, very unsung.
And as usual, he draws a tough assignment. Backcourt.
Yep.
The defense works again, and Sanchez is beginning the big assignment.
Good job by Fotopoulos.
With Sanchez covering Aaron Fox and Anthony Taylor. Now he's got Tristan Collier, their leading scorer. Fotopoulos can't hit the three. Ramsey chases it down. Out to Calvin. Finds the lane, throws it up, no good. This is DeChico. Covered closely by Calvin Johnson. Collier with Sanchez right in his shirt. Fotopoulos gets a piece of Matt McLaughlin. He'll put McLaughlin at the foul line. Glasgow is now over the line.
Yeah, St. Joseph's just running a little motion there, sending guys through, passing and going through and screening down, and they're just waiting for someone to come off a screen in the middle. And Glasgow's doing their best defensively, but St. Joseph's is just taking so much time. You get a little frustrated playing defensively.
They're making them really work hard. Matt McLaughlin makes the first to get the bonus.
Closes it to within two. He's got one more coming. 1-point ball game. Well, we get Calvin. Marcos on the bench. Calvin running the point guard.
They're trying to get Fotopoulos loose. Loses the basketball. St. Joseph with a chance to take the lead. Nice pass. Nice reverse layup by Matt McLaughlin. And St. Joseph's gets back in the lead. 17-16. Fotopoulos from deep in the corner. Around the rim and out. Tipped around, tipped again. Calvin comes down with it. Loses it as it gets knocked out of his hands. And a double dribble by Jabari Powell, who's just in the game.
Now you got Marcos in for the last 3:44. He's got two. He's gonna, I don't know if Glasgow will go back into the zone zone with Marcos with two. He picked up those two versus the man-to-man.
Marcos outside with the ball. Ramsey in the middle of Sanchez. Drives the lane, throws it up, hangs there, won't go. Ramsey gets a hand on it, keeps it alive. Lewis Eaton with the fall away, too strong. Sanchez in the basket.
Oh, that's a big basket.
Great work inside. Credit Rich Ramsey too.
Terrific.
Keeping it alive.
Rich Ramsey, see a good shot of the Glasgow contingent here today. I'm gonna say they have 500 or 600 people up here with them. Great showing from the city of Lynn this afternoon to help these kids out. Coach Dave Dempsey up there.
Coach Dempsey. Some of the alumni here. Tim Frazier is here. Congratulations to Timmy, by the way, just signing a CFL contract.
This is
Chance to put him up by 2.
good job, Julio.
He's got 5, and it's 19-17. .315 left to play in the first half as they double up outside.
They're back in the zone, John.
Collier throws it up, won't go. Tipped up, no good. Tipped around. Rebound inside. The fall away is up and through.
That's a nice touch there.
Andy Unsworth.
Mr. Junior.
Lewis up deep for Marcos. Calvin with the basketball to Sanchez inside. Ramsey from deep in the corner. Around the rim and out. Good job of boxing off by St. Joseph. This is DeChico. In the lane. Shot is blocked by Lewis Eaton. Sanchez comes out with it. Knocked away by Vincent, who picks it off. Lewis Eaton gets a hand on it.
Great job.
Nice outlet pass to Calvin. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the foul line. A good job by Eaton inside.
Oh, boy, you know, he got his hand on the shot before it went up, but the players now on St. Joseph's, they look at this. Lewis just comes in and cleanly strips him, but they know Lewis. Here comes Calvin on the other end, picks up the foul, going to the line for two.
Keon Coleman is in the lineup for Glasgow, and not only did Lewis Eaton make the two big blocks on the defensive play inside, but he also made the great outlet pass.
Right, and his presence is being made known down there. The St. Joseph's guys now, towards the end of the first half, they realize he's down there. They're going to have a tough time bringing it to him.
Well on the baseline, that guy that drove the baseline, you could see his eyes looking around saying, where is he? They certainly know he's out there. It'll be out of bounds off Glasgow. 20-19 with 2:10 left in the half. The Rams on top by 1. Vincent gets swallowed up. Almost a travel. This is Skego. Right to the basket is Andy Unsworth. He's got 7 coming off the bench.
Yeah, Marcos got sort of tied up there. He doesn't want to pick up his third and sort of had to lay off there.
Lewis Eaton way outside. They're giving Calvin some room. Underneath to Keon Coleman, he lays it in. Nice pass from Eaton.
Nice pass by Lewis. But that pass is in here all day inside if you want to make the 5 or 6 passes.
Lewis got a hand on it. Lewis again with the block. Lewis doing a great job inside. It's all Eaton right there in this sequence.
Wow. That's big time.
Knocked away by Keon Coleman. Calvin to Marcos. Sanchez straightens up and lets it fly around the rim and out. The ball is loose. Calvin with the straightaway. Off the rim, no good. Sanchez with the rebound. It goes for him. What a first half he's had.
Oh, wow. He's had a great run in the tournament.
Coleman has it knocked out of bounds. It says it went off Keon. He almost came up with the steal. Glasgow fans didn't like the call. 24-21, 45 seconds.
Calvin with the jumper. See Julio right up. Stays with it. Gets the roll and the foul.
And they had to call timeout. They weren't going to get the ball over half court. With 39 seconds left, they spend a timeout. 24-21 Glasgow, and Tommy has got production off everybody in this game. Waldron come in a big play. Keon Coleman got a basket.
Hey,
Sanchez
we're killing ourselves, fellas. We're killing ourselves because we're shooting about 20%, all right?
Well, outside shooting, man.
You know?
20 of them. I've been wide open. You guys are shooting 3.
Hey, it's a team thing. Look, take the ball to the hole. Take the ball to the hole, all right? You get the ball into the hole. That's where it's at, all right? 39 seconds. Let's pick him up full man.
No fouls.
Pick him up full man right now. Full court man.
Right?
It's just played. Eaton has been positively immense. And again, we say this every game. Lewis only got 1 basket on the scoreboard, but he has certainly accounted for a lot more points than that when you consider his defense, his blocks, and his rebounding.
He has to have a half a dozen blocks at this point. It probably altered 3 or 4 shots in the meantime.
Even though it's a small school, they branch out. Seconds left. Nice drive to the basket by Andy Unsworth. He's got 9.
Yeah, Unsworth, he split the seam there. They spread things out and opened up the middle.
He's the only one right now with any success against Lewis inside. 20 seconds with the clock winding down. Glasgow will get the last shot. as we get down to 10 seconds. Marcos in the lane, throws it up and in. Good job by Marcos. He's got 8. They let it go at the buzzer. It shot. It won't go, and Klasko, that fluctuated lead was as high as 3 all the way back and forth. St. Joseph's kept battling back, but Klasko on that basket by Marcos gets it back up to 3, 26-23 at halftime. We'll be back. Don't go away. We got a great piece coming up on Marcos and Calvin at halftime.
This is Marianne Barnacle. She and her family were attacked by a silent killer in their home.
It was at that time when my husband was passing out, my heart was racing, my dad was having chest pain, and my children were irritable, that I figured something was wrong.
The Barnacles are among the thousands of people in the U.S. poisoned by carbon monoxide each year. Nearly 300 die. To protect your family from carbon monoxide poisoning, make sure appliances are installed properly and operated safely. Examine vents and chimneys for rust and loose connections. Have your heating system inspected every year by a qualified technician, and install carbon monoxide detectors that meet the new UL standard. Never burn charcoal indoors. Never use a gas range or oven to heat the house. Never operate fuel-burning appliances in a closed room, and never run a car in a closed attached garage.
We're at halftime at the Worcester Centrum with the Lynn Klasko Rams leading St. Joseph's 26-23. Just quickly on the scoring, Calvin's got 3. He's got a lot of open shots. If he starts hitting him, St. Joseph's could be in trouble. Marcos has got 8. Julio Sanchez with 7. Lewis has got 2. Joe Bartow 2. Keon Coleman 2. Jason Harris 2. On the other side, Jason Collier, the high scorer, has got 7. Andy Unsworth has got 9. But St. Joseph's is just standing back and saying, we dare you to hit that outside shot. And Calvin hasn't hit him yet, but if they keep leaving it open, it's going to cost him.
Yeah, well, 2 keys here. Marcos has scored all his 8 points under the basket with layups, and the biggest key thus far is Lewis Eaton defensively. He's had 5 or 6 blocks, and he's altered that many shots.
Lewis and Sanchez certainly keeping him in the first half. So 26-23 it is at halftime. We've got a great piece on Marcos and Calvin coming up. Stay tuned and watch this.
There's the steal by Calvin. He's all by himself. Calvin with the
stop. We thought we'd have a little put together for Calvin Johnson and Marcos Echeverria, this being officially their last high school basketball game, as we see them at last year's Worcester Centrum celebrating the championship win. Team score for Klasko, hitting the long 3 outside shot for off the pass. This is Calvin with the defense against Whittier in this year's tournament. And they've been the heart and soul of this basketball team, bringing this team all the way here to the Worcester Centrum. Here they are, Marcos, as usual, with the pick against Whittier, got them going with that big defensive effort in the second half. And it was either Calvin or Marcos making the big plays. This is Calvin. Patton, Calvin Johnson drive, just hanging, gliding. Here's Marcos with the big steal, going in among the trees, over the head, up and in, making some big plays in the tournament as well as during the season. He was not afraid to go inside and rebound either. Here he gets the ball, and knowing right away where Calvin is, finds him down court. They've done this for 5 years. Off the backboard for the Lewis Eaton stuff. And it's almost like they both know what they're doing at all times. Marcos, almost without looking, down court, hits Calvin in stride for the easy layup, the 3-point play, much to the delight of the Klasko fans as they go wild in the stands. The 2 young men celebrating. This is the Marblehead game. This was actually the key play in the Marblehead game. Marblehead had come all the way back from a big deficit. And right here, Anthony Jones gets in it with Calvin. And you're going to see Billy Boudelier come in to hit the technical, and that put Calvin at the line. And Calvin, probably their best free throw shooter, along with Marcos. As you see the fans celebrating at UMass Boston, much to the chagrin of Aaron Fox, who had a tremendous year for Marblehead, as Calvin makes good on the free throws. Again, much to the delight of the Klasko fans. And that led to the rematch, the big rematch in Boston Garden against Dover Sherborne. And here we see where sometimes 4 hands are better than 2. Calvin, Marcos, and finally Marcos for Calvin for the layup. camp, and how many times do we see this during their career? 73 and 21, these two young men are. Here's Calvin looking like Patrick Roy with the Canadians, kicking the shot out, going the length of the court, laying it in a big play against Dover Sherborne when Classical had fallen behind. And of course, here's the big play here. Another big steal. Powell. And who's there to follow up? In among the trees, Marcos. Who else would have run the court? Most people would have stayed back and waited for Steve Powell to hit the layup. Here again, the clock winding down, and that was the win as they celebrated Boston Garden. Brought them again to the Worcester Centrum, where they're taking on St. Joseph's of Pittsfield this afternoon. You're watching the first half, and it's the end of a career of two of probably the greatest backcourt tandem, at least in the city of Lynn. That's a tough act to follow watching those two play, but we are going to be back with second half action. Don't go away.
Air and water are the fluids of life. We know now that we are poisoning the air we breathe, as well as the water we drink or we use for irrigation. Rainforests are rapidly disappearing. But who is going to pay for the mistakes? Our descendants, innocent kids belonging to future generations.
Welcome back to the Worcester Centrum as we start the second half. John Hoff along with Dennis Enos. So we hope you enjoyed that little piece put together by our producer Dave McCarthy on just a minuscule look at a career of two great basketball players, two great athletes from the city of Lynn. St. Joseph Pittsfield trailing 26-23. They have the ball to start.
Glasgow opens up in a straight man-to-man, John.
Well, this team did not shoot at all from outside. Tommy scouted them, and they shot something like 5 for 22 from outside shots. So I know they're going to be very patient and look for screens and look to get layups. And they're not going to take too many shots from outside. And the foul's going to be against Calvin Johnson. That's why I thought maybe the zone would be the better defense, because they're not a good outside shooting team.
Well,
in fact, neither team shot too well from outside the first half.
36 seconds off the clock, looking for a nice, easy shot. So they're going to be very, very patient, which really keeps the score low. I mean, it's 26-23 at halftime, but if they can show patience. If you get patience and a lot of movement, you'll end up with an easy basket.
And Marcos looking for the steal. Marcos does it again.
Goes to his right hand on that, John. It's very nice to see.
And looking at the other end, I don't know how many people noticed it, but the reason for that pass was thrown outside was because Lewis Eaton shut off the middle. They saw him coming, and they said, "Get me out of here." And that's going to be Marcos' third foul, and that's a tough one.
Yeah. May force him to go back to zone.
Well, you don't want to pick a foul that far up away from the basket. They had just got to half court when he picked up his third foul. And he'll be covering John Vincent, and see if Vincent tries to take him to the basket. They try to roll off. Classical doing an excellent job. Marcos thought they had the pick, and he was gone. Pittsfield got it back. Oh. Lewis Eaton again with the block.
He put it up right in front of Lewis. Lewis had a block before it left his hands.
Lewis got down with his elbow, I think. Eaton again. Lewis, a one-man gang inside.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be very important for St. Joseph if they're going to decide to take the ball. Here we go. Here, you're going to see a spin-off, and he's going to come right down to the corner. You're going to see the pass, and here's Lewis come out of nowhere. Gone.
Inside to Sanchez. We're going to foul inside. It's going to be against Bassett.
Well, it's going to be very important for St. Joseph. They're going to take the ball to Lewis Eaton. They have to do something similar to what Dover Sherborne did in the first half of the Garden. They're going to have to head fake him, see if they can get him up in the air. You're going to take it right at him. People up in the 6th or 7th row are going to be passing the ball back in.
Well, the good head and shoulder fake by Dover Sherborne got Lewis in a little bit of foul trouble. St. Joseph's not doing it here. Sanchez makes one. And we have to, a good shot there of Julio Sanchez, and what a force he's been and what a big part of this ball club he's been. Shot is missed. Rebound by Unsworth. Powell picking up full court. Unsworth goes to the basket. Eaton got there a little bit late, and Unsworth has been their offense. He's got 11, and he hasn't cared who's been on it. He's taking the ball right to the hole.
Uses his body well when he lays the ball in. He sort of uses his hip to screen off the defender.
Calvin Johnson with the shot, can't hit it. DeChico almost lost it. Vincent almost lost it. They finally get it over half court. 29-25. The Rams on top by 4. They had it up as much as 5. The three-point basket is up and good by Mike Bissett.
Matt McLaughlin, 55.
55, I'm sorry, Matt McLaughlin, you're right. It was not 51.
They really have to look for Lewis, John, against his zone. Here we go.
Lewis gets loose, can't hit the shot. Sanchez battling for the rebound. DeChico comes down with it. Going ahead to McLaughlin, who loses it. Powell comes up with it.
Yeah, credit Marcos.
The steal and the basket is up and good by Vincent. So they turn it to 2, and Pittsfield has taken the lead, 30-29. 6 straight points by St. Joseph's. Marcos from outside hits the 3. He's got 13, and Classical leads by 2, 32-30, as we go back and forth. Ebb and flow.
Whoa.
The basket is good. Matt McLaughlin. And he picks up the 3rd foul on Lewis Eaton.
See what's happening. You're going to see here, they spread the floor out. Well, here's Marcos' three-pointer with nothing but net. They go down the other end, and St. Joseph's notices that man-to-man by Classical. They spread the floor out. The middle opens up, and McLaughlin takes it down to Lewis. Lewis picks up his 3rd.
So the conventional three-point play puts St. Joseph's back on top, 33-32. Powell from dead in the corner, lets it fly. Good for 3. So we had very little outside shooting in the first half. We're heating up here in the second half.
You can see the whole middle here, John. When they spread things out, we'll open up.
Shot is missed. Sanchez ahead to Calvin. Ahead of the pack. Lays it up left-handed. No good, but draws the foul on Unsworth. Sanchez with the nice lead pass.
I look for both teams to start subbing once again, John, because these guys, you're going to see it here, going up and down the court. Powell right in front of us with a beautiful three-point shot.
Calvin at the line. Calvin, uncharacteristically, only has 3. And he got those early, and he rolls it in. And I think if you told Tommy Grassa with 4 minutes gone in the second half, Calvin would only have 1 basket and 4 points, he would probably think his team was going to be in trouble.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're certainly going to see pressure here. Here it comes. 3-on-1 break right now.
The shot, and you wonder why they missed that.
Yeah, 3-on-1, but the one was Lewis Eaton.
So it's a mismatch with the 3 guys having 3-on-1. Sanchez with a great rebound. Loses it. Marcos comes up with it. 3-on-1. Nice pass to Calvin. He lays it in. Patented. Classical break. 39-33, the Rams. Marcos did a look away. And if anybody had followed the Rams, they would have known he was going to Calvin. Shot is missed. Shot around the rim and in. McLaughlin's got 13. He's got 8 here in the second half as it's 39-35 with just under 11 minutes left. Inside to Sanchez. The turnaround is good by Sanchez. Collier gets swallowed up. Tipped around. This is McLaughlin. The three from the corner. Off the rim, no good. Eaton with the big rebound. Here comes Marcos.
Big hoop coming up for Glasgow if they score here, John.
Calvin from deep in the corner. High in the air, won't go in. DeChico with the rebound. The lead is 6. The foul is going to be against Steve Powell. Fourth team foul on Classical as you get a good look at Tommy Grassa. And Matt Lorino is going to give Julio Sanchez a little breather. As you see the replay of the Sanchez basket, nice little move. Fake on baseline, turned to the middle and laid it in.
He's really done yeoman's work through this whole tournament.
Pascal had 26 points in the first 16 minutes. They've got 15 here in the first.
This guy thinks they're going this way.
The shot is missed. Marcos with the rebound, and here he comes. Pushing it out, getting the break going. St. Joe's does a nice job of slowing him down. Powell has to pull it out. Calvin, cross court to Marcos. Quickly to Calvin. Again, the skip pass to Marcos.
Here it is to Lewis.
Calvin. Marcos, great patience. Marcos for 3.
Yeah, he's hit from that spot twice in a row.
And St. Joseph's wisely takes a timeout. Biggest lead of the ball game by Lynn Classical, 9. Let's listen to what Tommy Grassa has to say on the bench.
Keep the press on, and we drop 1-3-1. Okay? All right. Why don't we put you on the foul line and Lewis on the bottom, all right? So we got 3 quick people up on the top, okay? See, let's put Steven, give you a breather. Steven on the top, and you and Marcus are the 2 wings. Yeah, on the bottom. You got to go to the corner. But they're not running the corners, Lewis, right? So what'll happen is you and Matt got all the rebounds. You want me on 2 and 3? Huh? Right now? Matt, show him right now. Right now.
We listened to Tommy Grassa talking about keeping the press on and taking his shots in the corner. They're talking about Lorino and Eaton owning the boards. And here you see the replay of the skip pass. They finally get it across to Marcos. That's his second trifecta, second in a row. And again, they keep the pressure on. 9:28 left to decide who will be the Division III state champion. Classical hoping it's the Rams 2 years in a row. What a great way for Marcos and Calvin to go out if they can do that. 3-point basket by McLaughlin.
That was a big hope for St. Joseph's.
Gets them back within 6. Powell from dead in the corner lets it fly. Off the rim, no good. Unsworth with the rebound. This is Skago pushing it up. Lewis got a hand on it, knocked it away. Here comes Marcos. He's got Calvin with him. Bounce pass to Calvin. It won't go, but he's going to pick up the foul. He'll be at the line. And how many times have we seen that in the last 3 or 4 years?
Oh, boy. Marcos to Calvin, Marcos to Calvin, Marcos to Calvin. Calvin going back to the hole. That's what you want. Look at this great dish by Marcos. Regardless whether or not it goes in, you're going back to the hole for 2 foul shots.
Calvin rims it, and it goes out. But that only works because Marcos is so unselfish.
Oh, yeah. He's made himself into one of the better point guards in the Eastern Mass. There's no question about it.
Calvin makes 1. Skago really got swallowed up. Powell with the big steal. The foul is going to be against McLaughlin, and the defense again.
Yeah. Well, he stopped an easy, too. That's a good foul. Good foul. It was definitely going to be a An
But
easy
again,
two for Glasgow.
Lewis Eaton's presence.
Wow. Outstanding.
4 fouls apiece, team-wise.
Here you see Steven broke out there. And it's still to my amazement, I know the season's been over, regular season for a while, how Lewis Eaton was not named to the Northeastern Conference All-Stars is beyond me.
Marcos for 3. It's good. 3 for 3 at threes. And it's double digits. 10 points is the lead. Unsworth blocked inside by Marcos. Ahead to Calvin. Lays it in. And Pittsfield may need another timeout quickly. They can let this one get away. Collier goes in. Can't hit it. Eaton again doing the job. Bounce pass to Powell. Draws the contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow.
And this is patented Glasgow basketball.
That's right. Defense by Lewis, getting the ball out. Marcos running the break. What a terrific job. And everybody running the floor. Calvin and Steve Powell filling the wings, doing a marvelous job. There you see the block down the other end. Marcos comes right out with it, gets it to Calvin. Great layup.
The quarterback to the wide receiver for the 2 points. And Powell finds the front rim with his first one. 50-38 is the score. Glasgow has just about matched their first half, and we still have 7:48 left. So they've really increased the offensive tempo here in the second half. Steve Powell gets his 4th point, and the lead is 11. Unsworth. Lewis Eaton again with the block.
Boy, they're going to learn sooner or later. I got a feeling it's going to be later today, the way they're going.
These are not videotape replays, folks. These are all different kinds of blocks inside, and he owns the inside. What a job he's doing. It's nice to know you can go all out on defense when you get that guy, almost like Bill Russell for the Celtics.
Just incredible.
Everybody play defense. If they beat us, who cares? They're going to run right into Lewis. The 3 by Marcos off the rim.
He is human.
He's got that S off his shirt, I guess. And again, Eaton with the rebound. What a show he's putting on.
Outstanding.
Calvin with the shot, no good. People are going to look at the box score and see Lewis Eaton with 2 points and say, did he play?
Yeah, he played all right.
Calvin with the pick. Calvin 1 on 2, wisely holds it out.
St. Joseph's is just dead right now, John. They've had enough. They got to call a timeout. Well, Glasgow's going to get one here.
Glasgow's going to call a timeout. Tommy wants to talk about something. 6:31 left, 51-38. We're going to sneak into the huddle and listen to Tommy Grassa.
All right. Listen. You don't have to have 30 for us to win the title, right? Okay? You can do it with rebounds, steals, block shots, and assists. All right? Okay? You know, it's just not dropping. It's just not dropping. So what? 1 game out of 50 games we've been together in 2 years? I don't care. You know? Don't say, hey, I didn't get 20. I feel like I didn't do a job, right? You're playing an outstanding job on defense, right? Okay. All right. How do you feel, Lewis? All right? Trying to get some fresh bodies. Okay. Now, Julio back for you right now. Julio, sub in. Man right now. They gotta go man to man. Run our plays. Let's go. Run the plays. Marcos, if you don't hear me call when you call it.
You get one to use them, okay, Tommy?
Yeah.
4 left. I'm ball.
Hey.
We listen to Tommy Grassa, and now he expects St. Joe's to go man to man. And now they have Sanchez back in the game.
Very nice to hear him tell Calvin, you don't have to have 20 or 25 for us to win a championship. Just, if they're not falling today, get rebounds, gets assists.
Sanchez goes inside.
Oh, boy.
Nice little entry pass by Paul. Marcos with the steal. Calvin with the layup and the foul.
Boy, I'll tell you, Marcos picked it off. Calvin filled it up once again, going to the foul line. This quickness is just incredible. You know, we've seen great high school teams in the past, and I've never seen a team this quick.
Well, I got a note that I got after we see this entry pass to Sanchez. And you can't say enough about Julio, but the coach, Paul Procopio, made a statement. He said, we like to play an up-tempo game. We like to run. We don't like to slow it down. But this team is a step faster than we are. Well, I think he might have been a couple of steps wrong because the speed certainly has been the difference along with the defense. And you heard Tommy say defense will win games, and it certainly helped them here in the tournament. We saw the defense against Whittier. We saw the defense, the press against Marblehead. We saw it against Dover Sherborne, and we're certainly seeing it here in the final against St. Joseph's. Marcos throws it up no good.
Well, we've said many times, Johnson, so here we go with the steal again.
Calvin got a hand on it. Sanchez has it blocked and taken away by Unsworth.
Since halftime of the Whittier game, the first game of the tournament, their defense has just been outstanding, as good as anyone in the state, or better.
We mentioned whatever Tommy said at halftime of Whittier has certainly carried over, and they've been really playing terrific. That ends a long drought as Collier gets his 9th point. He's under his average. We mentioned McLaughlin was averaging 20 coming in. He's under his average, and everybody's under their average when they play against Glasgow.
Well, the way they're playing, Glasgow spreading things out here. Look for an easy layup there. Oh, he had Lewis. Marcos was looking for the alley-oop, and Lewis didn't read him.
Lewis saved it, but right to DeChico. And Pittsfield right now has to play a different game. They can't hold on as long as they've been holding on. Look at that. He can go up in the air over everybody and without fouling either.
Just outstanding. Great decision by Calvin. You know, no boards down there. See Lewis is still outside. Almost under 4 minutes left.
There's the foul. And that's going to put Calvin at the line. And right now, Pittsfield, they've got to play a totally different game, as I just had to say. They've been used to coming down, as we've seen, take maybe a minute or more off the clock, looking to be patient to get a basket. They could do that when they were down 2 or 3. They can't do it down 16 points, as we see Jeff Waldron come back. So now they've got it completely out of their game, and Classical totally into their game. And right now, Classical's certainly in the driver's seat.
Oh, this is outstanding. All of a sudden, they're ahead 17. They were down 1 point. I believe St. Joseph's went ahead 33 to 32. Klaus was going on a 25-7 run since that time.
Calvin with 15, 12 of them coming in the second half. And
Another
Calvin with the steal. Lays it in.
Another.
Calvin with the steal.
It's not a replay.
He slipped and fell and was taken away by McLaughlin, and he'll lay it in. But what a job, Calvin, and what a sequence by Calvin. Powell is going to get fouled. 3:51, and they're doing this with Marcos on the bench, giving him a rest, and he's going to be able to come back. And credit Tommy Grasser and Kenny Turner with an outstanding job. They used a lot of bodies. They got a lot of people in the basketball game. They gave everybody a rest. They had fresh legs in each of their games.
There's your replay here. Calvin's going to come up with his first of 2 steals in a row. Lays it right in. He's going to pick one more off. Look at this. Great camera work by a TV3 cameraman. Right back at him. Almost looks like a replay.
Waldron can't get the shot to fall. Jeff Waldron gets his hand on the basketball. Knocked out of bounds by St. Joe's. Everybody again contributing. Every time Jeff comes in a basketball game, he makes something happen.
Something good always.
Steve Powell, and he was questionable even playing today with that ankle he hurt at the Garden. Inside to Julio, outside to Waldman. Eaton in the middle to Sanchez, spins, throws it up and in. He's got 14.
Oh, so we have a 20-point lead.
And Classical is going to be the Division III state champion for the second year in a row.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Back-to-back, very, very hard to do is repeat. And they're going to do it, but I'll tell you, here's your replay here. You're going to see him swing it right inside to Sanchez. He puts it out, gets a nice entry pass from Lewis Eaton right here. Nice drop step, lays it in. Boy, he's had a wonderful game.
And Glasgow, give them credit, they've been able to adjust. They've been able to go inside when the outside shot wasn't working, and they put up 62 points. And still 3:10 left. They only had 26 at halftime. And there's Marcos back in the game, rebounding the miss. Less than 3 minutes to play. Glasgow, 2.5 minutes away from their second straight Division III state champion. Steve Powell gets loose, blocked from behind by Unsworth, who's played really well for St. Joseph's.
Yeah, he really kept them going early on in the early part of this second half, and it was instrumental in them taking a 1-point lead. From that point on, all burners have been.
Chuck Kuka's coming in the game for Calvin Johnson. No, for Steve Powell, excuse me. Players used by Classical.
Wow, just outstanding.
13 out of 15, and we'll probably see the other two before the game is over. But and getting production out of most of them. Lewis Eaton playing guard. 64-42. Shot is missed, tipped around, knocked out of bounds by Lewis Eaton.
John, while we have a quick second, the Division II boy final coming up with Duxbury playing. And this afternoon, the official in that game is going to be Ed Shadoff from Lynn. And only 6 officials in the state get a chance to work today. And it's a real tip of the cap to Eddie Shadoff to get picked to come out to the Centrum and work this afternoon.
Well, if it wasn't for exposure he gets here on TV3 and us talking about him, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, well, we all kid around with Eddie. He loves to fool around, but you know, a lot of people don't realize he's one of the best officials around
does an excellent
Eastern
job.
Mass. He's been very helpful to myself and an awful lot more of the younger officials who just started out. And congratulations to Eddie.
Lewis Eaton got a big hand as he got off the bench. Now we're going to have Ford and Taggart, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him take out Marcos and Calvin. Down court to Calvin. Calvin looking for the stuff. He wanted to put the exclamation point on a great career.
Well, he did it at the same hoop last year, about the same time of the game. But all the Glasgow fans are calling for it.
.141 left, 64-44 is the score. We're going to have Jim Taggart and Idris Ford getting into the basketball game momentarily. And I'm sure it's going to be for Marcos and Calvin. Here you see the replay of the basket. And we have Steve Fotopoulos at the foul line. And the Glasgow fans behind us going wild.
Well, they certainly deserve it. They follow this team all around, and back-to-back championships. You just can't say enough. Their #1 fan, Marvin Avery, is leading the chants in the back.
Marvin Avery, I want him to come back and check my sidewalk. But they really are a great group of kids. They follow this team. And I think with 135 and a 20-point lead, it's safe to make the announcement that Mrs. Lorino asked us to. Championship TV shirts. T-shirts will be on sale at Burgundy's Gift Shop on Broad Street in Lynn. Also at the Lynn Cafeteria, Lynn Classical Cafeteria, 11:30 to 1. Starting Wednesday, the price is $10.
Anyone wishing to make a donation can send a check to Lynn Classical Boosters, 19 Hancock Street in Lynn. Chuck Kukas can't hit the shot. Burgundy's on Broad Street is where you can pick up those shirts, or at the Classical Cafeteria Wednesday from 11:30 to 1. Or you can send a check to the Lynn Boosters at 19 Hancock Street in Lynn, 01904.
Well, here goes Marcos and Calvin out of the game, and boy, I tell you, a terrific job by these guys. They're standing over from all the Classical fans, and well deserved.
Tremendous shooting.
Nice gesture by Calvin. Marcos rather went up and shook hands with Paul Procopio.
Coach, thanks.
Steve Fatabo's looking for a foul at the other end.
54 seconds left. Classical that close as Kukas has it knocked away. Shot is missed. Fotopoulos commits the foul. And Classical with their new T-shirts already.
Already got them back-to-back, it says on it. They would come in pretty positive. Back-to-back, 90
There it
days.
is right there.
Jeez.
I got to make sure I get one of those this year. I didn't get one last year.
Back-to-back, well deserved.
When Mrs. Lorena watches, I hope she realizes for all the advertising we gave her, we should at least get a shirt.
Well,
Glasgow's going to go to 22-3. And we consider those losses, one of those losses was to Division I Salem. What a tremendous season they've had. Ramsey is coming in, and Matt Lorino is coming out. Nice gesture by Tommy Gressa to get the seniors to come off the floor to get a hand. You know, put Matt back in so he can get a hand when he comes back out. Nice gesture by Tommy. 64-52, but it's academic here as we pick up the foul, and Idris Ford, who was going to be a pretty good player, by the way, for Lynn Classical.
Wonderful. As well as Keenan Coleman. They've got some nice kids coming back. You know, Tommy's built a terrific program up. Just done a wonderful job. This Coach Grasser, and outstanding job with these young men.
Rich Ramsey throws it up and in. As we're winding down, 30 seconds left. The shot is missed. Tipped around. Taggart with the rebound. Taggart gets in the stat sheet. Powell lines up the three and lets it fly. Timeout by St. Joseph's. That's just to get a couple of kids.
Yeah, they're going to stay on the floor.
66-52 is the score. And that was just to get a couple of kids who haven't played yet in the game. Certainly no strategy at this point, the last game of the season. But what a tremendous way for the seniors, especially Marcos and Calvin, to go out. They're going to now be 74-21 in their high school career. Not too shabby.
Well, just outstanding job. And, you know, Marcos this morning got a nice surprise. Miss Loreno was instrumental in getting Nietzsche back from Pennsylvania to come up and watch this game. And Marcos had no idea until he came out to the Centrum today and saw his brother Nietzsche here was part of the last year's state championship team. So very nice to see to be able to share that with the family.
Well, they had three starters back from last year, Eaton, Marcos, and Calvin. They lost some offensive power in Nicio and Simon Fialo, but Sanchez certainly stepped up, especially during tournament time.
Oh, he sure did.
4.6 seconds left, and you can hear behind us the Classical fans counting it down. Calvin Johnson with 17, Marcos with 19, 11 in the second half. Calvin had 14 in the second half when they put it away. Sanchez with 14-7 in each half. Lewis Eaton had 4, but he must have had 44 blocks and 44 rebounds because he just controlled the glass in the defense. As you see the Classical team celebrating with their shirts on. Steve Powell did a nice job chipping it with 4. Bart Toe, Keon Coleman, Jason Harris had 2. Rich Ramsey had 2. And again, Tommy Grasser got a lot of work from his bench. And you see, that tells it all. State champions again, Division III, Lynn Classical, as they make it 2 years in a row. The only basketball team in the city of Lynn ever to go back-to-back. And they join Lynn English Hockey and St. Mary's Baseball as the only teams from Lynn to go back-to-back.